Welcome aboard here from Leesburg, Georgia. We have the Class 6A semifinal here between the Glynn Academy Red Terrors and the hometown Lee County Trojans, making their first semifinal appearance in one of the most interesting pre-game festivities here. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward. We've got a beautiful one for you, but James, we've got one of the best traditions that I've ever seen as far as introductions go here in high school football. Of course, they've got the beautiful facilities out here in Leesburg, beautiful turf field. So you know what they do, James? What do they do coming out of that tunnel? What's leading the players onto the field?
Motorcycles.
We got a whole pack of motorcycles ready to get things rocking and rolling, or should we call it an army, James? Yeah. Of course, we are in Trojan country here at Trojan Field in Leesburg, Georgia. They're getting ready to play host to the Red Terrors from Glynn Academy. Beautiful matchup here on the slate as the captains going to the center of the field, getting ready for the second to last weekend in the Georgia football season, James. What they're calling the Battle for the Benz. Of course, the winners of this matchup will go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, brand new in hot Atlanta, James, and that is a beautiful looking palace of football up in Atlanta.
Absolutely. Penultimate round tonight.
Absolutely. We'll get things rolling here in a fresh couple of minutes. We'll try to get the motorcycles on the field. Of course, the Red Terrors coming in at 9-3. Lee County coming in at 12-1. A highest stakes matchup here. The first time ever these two teams have met. First time either of these coaches have met as well. Should be a great battle before us this evening. Ready to kick it off. So we'll see if we can get the motorcycles rocking and rolling as they get the coin toss over there by midfield. And they're revving up, James.
They're revving up.
You know what that means. A crowd faithful, beautiful crowd here in Leesburg. The home side all filled up. And how about that visiting contingency over there on the far side for the Red Terrors? They had 3 buses bringing people over, making the about 3.5-hour trek over there from Brunswick, James, just north of the Jekyll Island area over there on the coast.
Little official business here. Lee County is going to get the opening kickoff. It's Glynn Academy deferred to the second half.
All righty. So we saw last week we were up here in Lee County. They would defer to the second half. They'll receive it first to see what this spread offense, power rushing game can bring against this Red Terror defense. And here the sirens are going. It's almost time. We're waiting for those motorcycles, James. Ready to rock and roll. We've got just over a minute before kickoff. And there's a significant sign. We have the air sirens and the red smoke from the Terrors. Coming all the way over from Brunswick, James. They had a festival, and here he comes, leading the Lee County Trojans. The army of motorcycles here for their first ever semifinal appearance, playing host tonight, the friendly confines of Trojan Field.
And here they are.
And here come your Trojans. They're going to be wearing all white tonight. White pants, white jerseys, and we'll try to turn up this crowd mic a little bit. Step out of the way, let you hear those motorcycles.
What an atmosphere here in Leesburg tonight here. There's the finality of the situation because winner only has to go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium next week.
Absolutely. They are in, and that's only one more game to win, James. So let's go over. We're talking about it before the game. Go over some keys to the game. We talked about it. Hit it up for the visitors coming in here.
The visitors who will be getting the ball first.
Tell us, give us a breakdown here what Glynn Academy's got to do here in the early going, James.
They got to have ball control, and they must limit turnovers. Lee County will make them pay if they get into turnovers.
Absolutely. We saw it last week. Glynn Academy just dominated time of possession over Harrison. So we'll see if that's the case. And then, of course, don't change a thing if you're Lee County. You got the power rush game with Nico Cruz as well as Jace Orvendorf at quarterback. But you want to control your emotions is another key we have here tonight, James. Of course, making their first semifinal appearance. So we'll get that out of the way. Get your score bug going. As we have a kickoff set here from Trojan Field. It's going to be your hometown Trojans giving it a ride. And the kickoff is off and away. Austin Beaver with a kick. Receive right around the 2-yard line from the left hash mark. Coming up the near side. Screaming up the right hash marks down to around the 25-yard line. Good return for the Red Terrors. There on that one, returned on the play by Sean Bravo. So, James, what you're going to see, you're going to see a ball control offense. Dominated, as we said, time of possession versus Harrison in their previous matchup of the last round. They only let Harrison run 6 plays in the third quarter, James. It was just total domination. Third downs were key for the Red Terrors. We'll see what they have in store for us this evening. They're going to start rolling things out of the pistol formation. 3 wide receivers, 2 of them are to the left. It's going to be an action here, busting up the near sideline. 40, 30, 20. Could be a house call. He's brought down short right around the 2-yard line. And how about that for ball control, James? You don't need time of possession. Monster run by the Terrors.
That was a big run. Come out with a big play.
Man, right out of the cannon, streaking up the hash marks, and they're inside the 5-yard line. So the Trojans backed up against it early. Here they go. First quarter of action, only 20 seconds expired. Ball marked at the right hash mark. It's going to be a double running back pistol set behind the quarterback. It's going to be a fumble on the play. Ball's out. Lee County jumps on it. No ruling from the official referee. The side judge is going to come in and say it is second down. The Red Terrors living on the edge early, and the Trojans almost had a huge turnover there, James.
That was almost big.
So it's going to back them up, though, to the 7-yard line. So it's going to be second down and 7 to go. Brandon Jernigan leading the Red Terrors out for this big second down as they are in the red zone within striking distance early. Pair of tailbacks behind him. He's going to be joined back there by Foy and Grant. Look over to the sideline. He's going to go outside the tackle. They're going to call a quick timeout to the Terrors. So we're going to slip out for a quick commercial break. Bring you right back here for the semifinal.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
You start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Back in Leesburg, Georgia, and the hometown Trojans backed up in their own end after a huge rush right off the bat by the Red Terrors. So just over a minute into this ball game, I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward. The Terrors are threatening here on unfriendly confines. Big-time quarterback's going to line up in a pistol with 2 running backs behind him. Jernigan, the quarterback. Give is going to be off the right-hand side. Minimal gain there. Coming near side, dropped right around the 6-yard line. So when it's all said and done, it's going to be a pickup of 1.
Good pursuit by Lee County, staying at home.
Able to wrap things up as the red smoke cascades onto the field, James, making it very difficult to see these shiny numbers for the Red Terrors offense. It's going to be 1 tailback behind Jernigan. He's once again going to go with the pistol formation. It's bunches, so they've got 4 wide, but they're all in close to the line. 3rd down and 6.
Movement.
And it's going to be looks like an illegal motion. It's going to be a false start on the offense. So that is huge, James. It's going to back them up to a 3rd down and long, still goal to go. all the way to the 11-yard line. This could be 3rd down and 11 for the Terrors. As after a huge rush, seem to be stubbing their own foot. Running back in for the play now is Kane Cruz, the senior, for the Terrors. Jernigan's going to get everything set up. He's going to tell his center the instructions. He's going to back up once again to the pistol formation. Lee County defense pressing. They're marked tight on here. It's going to be an option coming near side. And Jernigan on the keeper is going to be dropped right around the 10-yard line. They're going to say no gain on the play, so it's going to set up a 4th down still from the 11. So the Trojans hold after getting gashed early, James. So do you roll the dice? You bring on the field goal unit.
You want the points here early in the first quarter.
So there you go. The Terrors are going to bring on the kicking unit per your instructions, James. So it's going to be a right-footed kicker here on the hash mark, and the kick is off. And the kick is up and good. So the visitors are the first one on the board. So 3-0 here from Leesburg in favor of Glynn County, Glynn Academy. Here we got a score on the board, 3-0 in favor of Glynn Academy. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward. A beautiful atmosphere here in Leesburg. Stone's throw away from Albany. Semi-final here in 6A between the Red Terrors and the Trojans. After a huge rush in the early going and an Anthony Smith field goal, the Terrors off to an early lead, and they'll kick it back to the Trojans. Long, towering kick's going to go all the way back to the end zone, and it's going to bounce in for a touchback. Unable to return it. It's going to be T.J. Harris. So, James going to bring out the Trojan offense for the first time this evening. See what they can get things soaring. They're to be led by their senior quarterback, number 4, Jace Orndorff. And as well as that powerful rushing game led by Nico Cruz. A little bit of an interesting blend, James, as they like to throw it around. They'll run a lot out of the pistol, but at the same time, they love the power running game. So it presents a very interesting hybrid style of offense as Orndorff's going to go in the shotgun. Gibbs going to be the tailback. He's going to fire up the right-hand side. Nice little pickup there. Get over the 25, diving out of bounds. Good rush on the play by Artavius Warren, the junior tailback. So, James, they'll shuffle a number of tailbacks in here, including Warren. Cruz is definitely going to get into the mix, as well as Sean Kimbrough, number 9. It's going to be back there with Orndorff, but they're going to stay, it looks like, with Warren for the time being. So they're going to go pistol with the H-back right. Give Warren, stretch right side, first down, and he is hit right on the far sideline just as he gets over the first down sticks. So the Trojans will have the offense moving.
Making a lot of substitutions here.
Absolutely. Good pursuit on the play there by the Red Terror defense. And here we go. It's going to be a first down and 10 from the 33. Trojans going to go with the 4 wide, 3 going to be to the left. Orndorff barking out some instructions to his center. He'll retreat back to the shotgun. Claps his hands, gets ready. He's going to go far side, streaking up the far sideline. Receiver trips. And the referee's going to say it was either by his own doing or it was incidental contact, by the defensive back, so there's no flag on the play. It's going to go back to a second down and 10 to go. Ball was intended for
Chauncey. There's a penalty on the play against Lee County.
So the Trojans will be backed up once again inside their own 20. Should be a personal foul then, James, if they're going to mark out that kind of yardage. It's going to set up a 1st and 25.
I think it was a holding or personal foul.
So it's going to be a 1st and 25 from the 17-yard line. So Orndorff's going to go empty back set. He's going to go downtown again. He's going to go for the hitter right around the 40-yard line. Ball successfully caught there on the far side by Josh Asbury. So solid little pickup there, James. They get about half of the yardage to go. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 14 to go from the 29. Yardage mark to get is the 43 of the Trojans. So Orndorff's going to get a tailback back in the backfield. It is going to be number 9 for the first time, Kimbrough. And the side referee is going to throw the flag. Hits right about the 30-yard line. He's motioning for offsides on the defense. So they must have lined up in the neutral zone, James.
Yep, they did.
Little pre-snap penalty, so a good-looking bailout for the Trojans. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. So when it's all said and done, James, just like they gain 1 yard on 1st down.
Who can keep ahead of the sticks is going to be big tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these highly vaunted defenses coming out. Ball marked on the right hash mark. It's going to be give the tailback right down Main Street. Good little rip by Kimbrough. His first successful rush of the game. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4th down to go.
3rd down.
Excuse me, 3rd and 4 to go. Getting those numbers mixed up here on the screens, James. All the 3s, all the 4s running into each other. From the 39-yard line, 3rd down and 4. H-back and tailback in the backfield with Orndorff. Clapping for the snap. He's going to look far side and goes back to the far side as he's hit on the play there. So the pass is underthrown. Good pressure by the Red Terror defense as it's going to fall incomplete and bring up a 4th down. Excellent pursuit and hit on Orndorff on the far side. So there we go, James. We've seen a little bit of both defenses give up something, but then with a nice stand, of course, Lee County was able to hold Glynn for a field goal after that huge gain. And after a big 1st down for the Trojans, the Red Terrors were able to hold them as well. So punt is off and away. Pressure by the Terrors is going to go over, bounce right around the 30-yard line, take a Trojan bounce right around the 20, where it'll bounce. Take a Red Terror directional punt. It's going to set up 1st down and 10 to go here for the Terrors. So, James, an emotional occurrence, of course, for Lee County. Their first ever berth in the semifinals. Take us through their first drive, what you saw.
Yeah, they got a couple of 1st downs here. But the Glynn Academy's defense here stiffened up there after the 1st downs. The penalty didn't help Lee. Here, everybody's getting settled in here.
Absolutely. So we'll see what the Terrors have in store. Drive number 2. Brandon Jernigan is going to line up at the pistol formation. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. An early jump. I don't know if the defense was drawn off or they simply jumped early.
They jumped.
The referee is going to call offsides on the defense. It's going to set up a 1st and 5 for the Terrors. There you go, James. You talked about it before the game. One of the keys being who can stay ahead of the sticks. So far, Glynn Academy doing very well in that regard. Give right up the center, Jernigan. As somebody loses a shoe on the field. As the rush goes straight up the middle for the Terrors. King Cruz. Somebody's missing a boot out there, James.
They got it back.
Right around the 32-yard line or so. A shoe popped out of the pile. 2nd down and 4 to go here for the Red Terrors. Going up to his center is Jernigan. He's going to step back. He's going with kind of a dual running back pistol, if you will, James. He's going to go with the option. Peeling outside and shut down. Couldn't get the corner. Excellent pursuit on the play by a number of Lee County defenders. Leading the charge there for the Trojans is Tay Mayo. Otis Reese coming in support.
They were not fooled.
No, absolutely not. An option offense. Very rarely do they pass. Only threw 4 passes in their win versus Harrison last week, James. It's going to set up a 3rd down. Trojan crowd on their feet, urging this defense, trying to make an early stop, get the ball back. Orndorff give, tailback. Going left side, but it's blown up. It's going to set up a 4th down, so a huge stand by the Trojans. Excellent pursuit. It looks like the punting unit's going to come out for the Terrors.
Great pursuit, great penetration into the backfield.
Absolutely. The entire Trojan defense in on that one there on the far side. So it'll be the first time we see the punter out for the Red Terrors. Doing the work is going to be Jack Podlesny, senior kicker and punter. 4th down and 7 to go. He's going to go with kind of a rugby-style kick as he comes near sideline. Ball is going to take a Glynn Academy bounce. Going to roll over the 35. Keep on going to about the 33.5, 34-yard line. And where your Trojans will take over on offense once again.
Yeah, Lee County's defense stood up to the test out in that drive.
Absolutely. We'll see what the offensive is approach this time out, as they had a couple of good runs, but then the penalty yardage really affected them, and they went for a couple long passes down the far sideline. So all the receivers going to be lined up to the left. Ball is on the left hash mark. It's going to be a tunnel screen here. Ball caught. Good little gain just shy of the 40-yard line. Orndorff able to hit his intended receiver, Ty Terrell. He had a pretty solid game last week, James. Of course, we got some front row seats for that one.
Yes, we did.
Big touchdown, 5 receptions for 61 yards. So Orndorff's going to flip the wide receivers over to the right. He's going to hand to the tailback, goes up the middle. And I say he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like it's going to set up a 3rd down and 5, so they're going to say no gain on that one.
Looks like they gave him forward progress here about a yard.
There we go. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter of the action. Semifinal here in 6A in the state of Georgia. A beautiful December evening. James, can you believe it's December 1st with this kind of weather?
I can't believe it.
It doesn't feel like football weather, but for the first time, the Trojans playing in December, so they'll take any kind of weather that they can get. Play clock running down to 1, and it's a timeout, Lee County, so they spend their first, each team having done so. So we'll jump out for a quick commercial break. Bring you right on back for the big 3rd down.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
What's up? Was that your man? Back here from Leesburg, big 3rd down coming up for your Trojans from Lee County, and defensively your Glynn Academy Red Terrors. Currently 3-0 in favor of the visitors. Trying to come up with a big stop defensively, and on the other side, the Trojans trying to get some offensive momentum, unable to get any serious yardage in their first time out. Orndorff's going to go throw it over the middle, and the ball is knocked around. It's going to be a tip drill and intercepted by the Red Terrors. Wow, big time play there on 3rd down for the visitors. They're going to set up once again. Great field position, James, starting in the Trojan side of the field.
Time for the Lee County defense again.
Going to need a big stand being set up here early. So we'll see what this power run game for the Terrors can do. They're going to set up shop. The ball is going to be spotted at the 43-yard line. Going to go with a bunch formation. It's going to be H-back to the right. H-back left's going to motion over. They're going to go to a pistol I formation. Give up the center. He's peeling up the left side. 20, 15, 10. Ushered out of bounds on the far side, but another huge rushing play for the Terrors. And that's going to be Kane Cruz on the rush. A speedy breakout, a quick burst there on the far sideline, James, and Cruz was off and rolling.
He had some great blocking there on that side, and once he got past the initial containment, it was off to the races.
A lot of motion in this option offense. Cruz is going to maintain the tailback. Jernigan, the quarterback, is going to be in the offset pistol. He's going to look, give the motion. It's going to be Cruz up the middle, diving for the pylon, and the side judge says touchdown. Kane Cruz able to put it in for 6 for the Terrors. 9-0 to the visitors. Big time run once again there, James. Just following the blockers. Able to plow through. Second effort gets him over the goal line. It's going to bring out Anthony Smith for the extra point here for the Terrors, which is up. And it is good. So just like that, 2-possession game here. Just over 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter of the semifinals. Another score on the board is going to be a Kane Cruz touchdown, 10-0 in favor of the Red Terrors, the visitors from the Brunswick area from Glynn Academy. Kick is off and away, just over 3 and change to go here. It's going to be a touchback there on the far side. Once again, no return possible for the Lee County Trojans. T.J. Harris unable to run it back, so they're going to get things rolling from the 20, James. And after the interception on their last possession, which turned into a quick-hitting touchdown for the Terrors, the Lee County Trojans are going to set themselves up in a position where they need to, 1, keep the defense off the field because they've been getting gashed by the run game. 2, try to keep this thing close, try to get some points on the board early. Of course, still some jitters here in the first quarter, making their first semifinal appearance. See what Orndorff has in store for the Trojans. Going to go play action. He's looking for the shot. He's got a receiver wide open going down Main Street of the field. Ball is caught right around the 30-yard line. So a huge reception for Lee County. Ty Terrell, James, once again on the huge hookup. Senior to senior connection there, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Trojans.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Lee County. They needed a huge play.
Prescription granted, so they are in red territory for the first time this evening. Orndorff is going to go with the pistol set, peel off the right side with the H-back. The tailback on the carry off of the far side. Kimbrough on the rush. As we said, one of the 3 premier running backs that we'll see out here tonight. That was Sean Kimbrough, the junior tailback. Coming in at 5'8", 180. Orndorff's going to get everything rolling. Still with Kimbrough in the backfield. H-back is going to be the fullback, Corey Waters. Orndorff goes over. It's going to be second down and 6 from the 28. Looks over to the right side, coming back to the left side. Pressure, low, and dropped. Pursuit and sack on the play by the Red Terrors, and Orndorff didn't even see it. James, going to be Marlon Taylor, the junior D lineman, streaking in from the Red Terrors.
Quarterback never saw him.
Nope, came in low, a diving effort. Brought Orndorff down by his feet, so it's going to set up a monster conversion on the books here. 3rd down and 15 to go. Lee County looking for another big play, already down 10-0. Orndorff looking left. He's going to go for another big pass caught just shy of the 20-yard line, spinning out of the initial tackle, and after regaining his footing, the defender is able to get him down, but a great reception by Josh Asbury, so it's going to move the chains. And off the arm of Orndorff. Keeping things going here in the early going for the Trojans. 2 big plays, exactly what they needed in their 3rd offensive drive. 3 wide receivers set, 2 left, 1 to the right. ISO formation up near. It's going to be a screen. It's going to be Terrell coming near side, ushered out of bounds. Moderate pickup there on 1st down. So up a 2nd down and 10 to go from the 20.
Now in the red zone.
Excuse me, from the 17. It was a 3-yard pickup. Orndorff's going to line up at the pistol once again with the H-back. See a lot of that formation. It's going to be Warren in the backfield now. Still that ISO matchup on the far side. Give Warren search at left side, and he's smashed in the backfield. Great pursuit there by the linebacker, streaking out of the 2nd level. Tyshawn Lang, the junior middle linebacker for the Red Terrors, surging through. It's going to set up a 3rd down and long. Loss of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Monster play by 37 there.
Excellent pursuit and bring down. It would have hit the back in the backfield. So once again, a crucial 3rd down, James. Orndorff and the Trojans getting tested early and often. Fullback is going to be sidecar left for Orndorff. It's going to be Waters. 2 wide receivers left. Still that ISO matchup on the far side as the head referee is going to come in after Lee County will use their 2nd charge timeout. And we'll step out and take a break with them.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Have on this one either. Back here in a 3rd down on the way for the Trojans. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8 after the 1-yard loss by the tailback. So we'll see what the Red Terrors have in store. See what Lee County can draw up, James, as they have a very capable kicker in Austin Beaver, definitely within his range. Saw him knock 2 field goals and 4 extra points. Perfect 6 for 6 on kicks last week. Orndorff's going to go down to the 5-yard line, and he's caught there on the far side. Good pitch and catch by the Trojans. Once again, will move the chains, so another huge conversion for the home team. Will Lang on the reception. Keith Robinson, the sophomore wideout, number 86 offensively. So it's going to be Orndorff still under center. Kimbrough is going to be the tailback. Kimbrough surging left behind the line. He's going to be stopped short. He'll pick up a couple, so it's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. The visitors, 10, and the hometown Trojans, 0.
It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
My dad travels a lot, so he likes to watch the events. Like if I'm playing a volleyball game and he can't make it, he'll watch it and he loves it.
I think it was homecoming. It was Friday night, and it was a punt return. And I returned it all the way back for a touchdown. And then, of course, I showed all my family members, and they really liked this. They like to see what their family members can do.
Golden Lions.
I think this broadcast is essential because our team is global, and we got people all over the world going to watch the game. So without this, there's no way they can do that.
These kids and these players feel loved, they feel important. And by broadcasting it, you have a bigger group that you're reaching that allows them to know those kids.
Back here from Leesburg, Virginia. Or excuse me, Leesburg, Georgia. Seeing if you were paying attention there, James.
I was.
I'll make sure you're on top of it. We've got a second down and goal to go scenario. It will be the first play of the second quarter. Your hometown Trojans and your visiting Red Terrors in a big one. Lee County threatening. It's going to be the Wildcat, Nico Cruz, short yardage, going right side. And he's going to steamroll, standing up into the end zone. The Trojans put it on the board for 6. They cut the lead to 4. Nico Cruz, another touchdown in this postseason. First big-time rush for him this afternoon. He's going to bring out Austin Beaver for the extra pointer. It looks like they're going for the conversion here, James. They're going to put the Cruz back there, and it looks like pretty much the same formation. We've got the Wildcat, but he's got an extra blocker in there to the right. Cruz going right-hand side. He's going to be stopped short, so the conversion will fail. But still, the score count will go 10-6 as the Trojans once again on the board.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
We are back in Leesburg, Georgia, after the Trojans scored a touchdown to get on the board for the first time, trailing by 4, 10-6, and they're about to kick off.
Get things rolling here. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward. Beautiful evening for football here on the 1st of December. The Trojans from Lee County on the first play of the second quarter, able to notch it in off a Nico Cruz Wildcat touchdown sneak. Of course, they tried to replay the exact same play for the conversion as they get a low streaming kick. If they do recover, it will be Trojan ball. The Red Terrors pick it up right around the 20-yard line, surging back and juke move left to about the 28-29 on the return. Good-looking effort by Kane Cruz, the senior running back for the Red Terrors. So once again, they're going to be back on offense, James. The offenses look good so far here. Of course, with the big plays, capitalizing the run game, specialized by Cruz, has highlighted their series of events so far in this early going. So a solid first quarter for the Red Terrors. See what they have here in store in quarter number 2. 11:51 to go. Jernigan going to line up in the offset pistol, give to the tailback. It's going to be Cruz surging up the middle, just short of the 35. Solid pickup on first down. They're feeding the beast, James. A lot of Cruz here in the early going, and who could blame them? Just getting some great success in the run game, and you will not see this Red Terror offense pass if they don't have to. Only 4 passes, as we said, all last week. But here we go out of the break. Jernigan throwing it down the middle, and it looks incomplete. Intended receiver right around the 30-yard line. Couldn't come up with the ball. It's going to be Quintavious Bostic.
Said he wasn't going to throw, and they threw a long one.
Yeah. That's what I do, James. I mess things up. So they're going a little unorthodox. So, James, I want to keep a tally. Pass number 1 for the Red Terrors. It's going to be a big 3rd down and 4 to go. Power package right offset. It's going to be Cruz. Option. Jernigan. Pitch. Cruz is going to get the edge, and it looks like he'll have enough for the first down over on the far sideline in front of the Red Terror faithful. As we said, James, a pretty good crowd for the Red Terrors as they get the new set of downs, about a 3.5-hour journey from Brunswick. Of course, they had 3 buses bussing in students and fans alike, James, that they contracted out. Bus ticket cost you a cool $20 round trip. That's not bad for
not bad at all.
a 7-hour round trip. And once again, give tailback stretching far side. Looks to be Cruz on the rush.
Glynn Academy is becoming quite a common team in this part of the playoffs. 4 straight years of being quarterfinals or later.
Absolutely. Coach Rocky Hidalgo has the Red Terrors rolling. He's in his 4th season. Rush up the middle once again, stuffed around the 45-yard line.
There was a penalty on the play against Glynn Academy.
Once again, Cruz was on the rush. The referees conferencing over on the hash marks right around the far side. It's going to be an illegal shift on the offense. It's going to back them up, James. Going to replay 2nd down once again. But as you were saying, for Coach Hidalgo, this is his first full class. These are the seniors he started coaching as freshmen back in 2014. This is the winningest senior class in Red Terror history. He's going to go play action. Pass number 2 on the way. He's got a man wide open. He's going to be sealing down the hash marks, and he's brought down deep in Trojan territory. It's a huge play once again for the Red Terrors, this time through the air. So how about that reception, James, as we keep talking about the run game, but Jordan Swain able to come up with a huge reception from Jernigan's pass. Pass number 2, they're going to go with the power pistol look. Jernigan, tailback. It's going to give, peeling off the left side of the line. Excellent tackle and pursuit by the Trojan defense. 4 men in on that one. Leading the charge is Quinn Gear, senior linebacker.
Well, if you're Lee County, you can't allow points.
If you do, you got to limit them to a field goal. Red Terrors continuing to move the ball successfully. Here in the early going, just over 9.5 to go in quarter number 2. Already scored on 2 possessions. Jernigan with Cruz behind him. He's going to give to Cruz. He's going left side. If he's got the edge, he's got 6, and he does. So the visitors are going to put another one in the end zone. It's going to bump it to a 10-point game, 16-10. Cruz peeling off the left side. It's his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. So it's an all-Cruz affair, James. 3 touchdowns, all on the ground, all 3 by players with last name Cruz. The kick is up and good for the Terrors, so it's going to stretch it to an 11-point margin, 17-6. We're going to match up for a quick commercial break. Come right on back for some more second quarter action. Here from Leesburg, Georgia, the 6A semifinal between Glynn Academy and Lee County. Whole lot of offense here early, already 23 points scored, and we're not even 15 game minutes into this ball game. Good one going on here early as Podlesny looking to get it a ride for the Terrors. A towering kick will reach the end zone once again for his 3rd touchback of the game. So it's going to set up the Trojan offense. Once again, needing to put some more points on the board, James. You said they couldn't allow points. They allowed a touchdown. So once again, it is a 2-possession game down by 11. Of course, touchdown, 2-point conversion, field goal if you're scoring at home. Red Terrors offensively having their way in the run game against this Lee County defense.
And also in the passing game, too.
Absolutely. Had that hitter down the middle. So we'll see what Orndorff and the Trojans can get rolling. See what Coach Fabrizio has in store for us in quarter number 2. Cruz is going to be the running back. Play action, Orndorff. He's going to go downtown. He's got a man streaking. Ball bounces at the 40-yard line. Intended receiver Ty Terrell on the play. James could have had a huge gainer if he would have caught that one. Maybe gotten into the end zone for 6. Orndorff's going to want that one back as he had Terrell going right down the middle of the field. And that's an area we've seen both teams trying to exploit here early.
Was about 2 yards too long.
And these speedy receivers for both teams have been able to break it open. Terrell had a couple steps there on that one to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Orndorff give tailback, stretching out left-hand side. This one's going to be a big game. 1st down and more. Brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. It's going to be Kimbrough on the rush. So the Lee County game going to get things rolling. So a couple number 9s turning up big in the run game, James.
Big run there.
This time on the Lee County side, it's going to be Sean Kimbrough. Of course, Kane Cruz, we've heard plenty from the Red Terrors. He's going to set up a new set of downs. 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Just over 8.5 to go here in quarter number 2, the 6A semifinal. Orndorff's going to fake the screen. He's going to pull it back. He's still in the pocket. Good protection. He has some pressure. 4 Terror defenders pursuing him. He's going to get out of bounds, but a good-looking pickup on 1st down, about 6 yards on the scramble by Orndorff. Set up a 2nd down and very manageable.
They got flushed out of the pocket here, and the crowd was reacting to probably a receiver that was wide open.
I think they're just glad he got out of there from the pressure, James. He had good protection, and then the defenders broke late. You know, the offensive line can only hold him for so long. Here we go. Good 2nd down, 2 to go. Orndorff's going to give to the tailback, stretching out behind the right side of the line, bouncing outside the number. 1st down and more. He's into Red Terror territory. Good rush on the play. Once again, Kimbrough. So he's starting to crack some things open against this Red Terror defense, James, as he's out of bounds with 8:01 to go. New set of downs.
Good blocking there by Lee County on their right side to allow Kimbrough to get the gainer.
Absolutely good-looking drive going on right now for the hometown Lee County Trojans. Coming in with their best ever season as a football program. Orndorff give tailback. It's going to be Kimbrough. He's going to be peeling up left-hand side. See if he got back to the line of scrimmage, James, depending on the spot.
Line of scrimmage.
So they're going to go gain of 0 on the play there. It's going to set him up for a 2nd down. So we have a substitution package here. Terrell is going to go from the left side receiver. He's going to come to the near side. Switching over far side is Chauncey Magwood. H-back in the backfield in the pistol formation with Orndorff. It's going to be Warren and the fullback split out wide. So he's going to go play action. Orndorff's going to hit Warren out of the backfield. Catches the ball, but it was underthrown. He came back to the ball, but a good-looking reception. Pick up and caught right around the 1st down sticks. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 1 for the Trojans. That's something we saw a lot of last week, James, is seemingly Mays, their opponent last week, was giving them the running backs out of the backfield, those quick hitters to the tailbacks, and they punished them all game in space. So we've already seen it twice here this evening. 3rd down, 1. Wildcat set, surging right up the middle. And another short yardage conversion for the power back, Nico Cruz.
Lee County's got to put this one in the end zone.
Marching down, definitely their best offensive drive of the game so far. Like you said, James, when you're doing well, Got to capitalize on these opportunities, especially against this high-octane offense we've seen out here this evening for the visitors. 6.5 to go here in quarter number 2 before halftime. Orndorff's going to go with a 4 wide receiver set. His tailback's going to be sidecar right. Into block, Orndorff pressure. Makes the first man miss, slips out of the second tackle. A Houdini act, and he's going to be able to get back to right around the line of scrimmage. We have a Red Terror defender surging in late. Crowd looking for a late hit. But how about that effort, James, just to get back to the line of scrimmage? Some big-time pressure from the defensive line of Glynn Academy.
Huge pressure.
Orndorff able to escape the runner in his face and slip out of what was almost a shoestring sack. Scrambles out to the far side. Good-looking pickup, and they're going to give him a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Ball from the 26 left hash mark. Trojans moving left to right. They're going to bring the jailhouse, so they're going to try to set up a screen there on the far side. Not going to work out. Incomplete. 3rd down and 9 to go for the Trojans. So we see the pass rush picking up here, James, and this is a dangerous scenario when you get down to 3rd down and long, because stereotypically this is when you would turn the pass rush loose.
Yeah, they're going to expect Lee County to throw the ball here.
Big formation substitution here. Kimbrough is going to come on and tailback once again in at the H-back fullback duty is going to be Corey Waters. He's going to be H-back right out of the pistol formation. Orndorff's going to have 3 wide receivers, 2 left. Pressure coming right up the middle. 2 Red Terror defenders trying to chase him down. It's going to force Orndorff to throw this one away. Big time pursuit there by Tayshawn Lang, middle linebacker. Also in on the play is going to be Isa Hardy.
Lee County penalty for an illegal shift.
So that's a pre-snap penalty.
They declined it.
So I was wondering if they would decline it or not. Makes sense when they had him stop there on 3rd down. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9. So we saw a couple pooch punts last week from the quarterback Orndorff. And it's going to be Nico Cruz is going to line up where the punter would typically be situated, but there seems to be a miscommunication. The Trojans are going to call their last time out of the half. So we're going to get out of there with them.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
We start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
4th down here from Trojan Field in Leesburg, Georgia, the 6A semifinal. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward. Beautiful night for football. Trojans find themselves down to the visitors from Glynn Academy, 17-6. Trojans with the football. 4th down and 9. They came out of the huddle anticipating a fake. They had their short yardage back, their power back, Nico Cruz, who was the pseudo punter, but there seemed to be some confusion. Players running to the sideline, so they're going to go for it straight up. They're going to bring out the quarterback, Chase Orndorff, 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. And Nico Cruz, the power back, is going to be in the backfield with him. And this is going to be a little bit of a chess match here, James, as the visitors will counter with a timeout of their own. So we'll jump out for another quick commercial break. 17-6 your score line here. Both teams exchanging timeouts. Big fourth down conversion on the way, and it looks like Lee County is going to be going for it as once again their senior quarterback, Jason Orndorff, going to storm onto the field with the rest of the offense. So they're going to switch tailbacks. They were showing Nico Cruz here, but they're going to counter with Artavius Warren in the backfield. He's going to be sidecar left in the backfield with Orndorff. 4 wide receivers, still 3 to the right. Ball's going to be at the left hash mark at the 26-yard line. Just over 6 minutes to go. Warren's going to motion out to the right side, so there's 4 wide receivers. Orndorff, pressure. He's going to bootleg, coming near side, escapes 1 tackle. 35-yard line. He's just going to have to chuck it up towards the back of the end zone. And this one's going to fall incomplete out of the back of the end zone. So when it's all said and done, James, a turnover on downs. Ball going back to the Terrors.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there by Glynn Academy, forcing Orndorff to run for his life there.
Yeah, absolutely. Had to get out of there in a hurry. And then he was kind of in a standstill, James, as you had excellent coverage by Glynn Academy in the secondary. No receivers were open. Orndorff had some time, and so he kind of just planted right about the 35-yard line. Eventually just had to throw it up for grabs and avoid the sack. Falls incomplete. Ball back to the visitors. So how about this little shotgun look from the Terrors? It's going to be a pitch to the tailback. A huge hit here on the near sideline. It's going to be the Michigan commit, Otis Reese, laying the lumber. Big-time hit here on the near sideline. Joshua Hibbard on the receiving end of that one. 2nd down and 11 after the loss of 1. Big-time tackle by Reese. Jernigan's going to look over to the sideline, try to get a play call here. It's going to be an offset pistol formation for Glynn Academy. Already up 11 here, just over 5 minutes to go. Offense looking great on the road in front of a big-time home crowd for Lee County. Tailback coming off the left side of the line. Minimal gain here by the Red Terrors. Going to be Cruz once again on the rush. We have a man for the Trojans losing his lid. It's going to be Chris Walker, the senior defensive lineman, so he'll come out for a quick substitution in order to get the equipment adjusted effectively. So here we go, 3rd down and long for the Terrors.
Huge play right here.
3rd down and 8. Lee County needs it. And if they get it, Glynn Academy could really force their will here in half number 1. It's going to be a reverse coming near side. Got the 30, hits the corner. 1st down and more. Speeding over the 50-yard line, shaking a tackle. He's going to the 40. He's eventually going to be dropped inside the 35-yard line. A huge pickup on the trick play by the visiting Terrors. And how about that one, James? Everybody going far side, looking after the pitch. And ball comes back near side, and the sophomore Nolan Grant with a huge scamper to put them back in Trojan territory.
The trickeration.
There you go. 1st down and 10 from the 35. Terrors give once again to the tailback surging up the middle. Minimal gain there on 1st down.
I had lost track there for a moment on that play. But then we found them.
And that's Nolan's brother, Tyler Grant, the senior. So the eldest of the 2 brothers. And how about that, James, for some confusion? They both play running back. So Tyler Grant on that one goes up the middle for 3, following his younger brother Nolan off that huge reverse rush. Jernigan, bootleg right. He's going to look to throw, shakes a tackle. He's going to be quarterback keeper, spins out of another one. He's going inside, juke move right inside the 20-yard line, dropped outside the 15. So how about the quarterback showing off some wheels, moving the sticks again for the Red Terrors. And we haven't seen it here tonight, James, but he's a big part of this 4-headed option rushing attack that the Red Terrors are coming in with.
Yeah, that was a big play there. Got out of trouble, and he got the speed in the wheels to get to the 1st down, and then some.
Absolutely. Looks like he was going to pull up and through that one, and then he just ducked down a tunnel, broke a couple tackles, and it ended up being a really good play. 1st down and 10 from the 16 now. Jernigan's going to go play action. He's going to throw it wide open. Lofts it over, and it is a big-time touchdown for the Terrors. wide open in the middle of the end zone, and nobody on the Lee County side saw that one coming, James.
Called it at the back end line.
Wow. Andrew Delaney on the touchdown catch. It's going to be 23-6. The senior tight end with a huge one. It's going to push this lead to 17. Podlesny's extra point is up and good. It's an 18-point ball game here from Leesburg.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
We start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Another touchdown on the board, this time through the air. It was the third pass by Glynn Academy already in the first half. Last week versus Harrison, they only threw 4 of them. Jernigan on the board with a touchdown pass to his senior tight end, Andrew Delaney. Has a twin brother, plays center, Bennett Delaney, on the team. In this one, another touchback by Podlesny. So we'll see if the Trojans have a counter, James, is if they don't get things rocking and rolling here before halftime, this one could start to get out of hand.
Yeah, very imperative Lee County gets some points on the board here before the half.
They had a great drive going their last time out, got into the red zone and kind of just stalled out, or on the fringe of the red zone, I should say, James. So here with 3.5 to go, definitely plenty of time to cash one in before halftime. The senior Orndorff's going to lead the Trojans back onto the field. Cruz is going to join him in the backfield. Motion by the H-back from the right to the left side. They're going to go play action. Orndorff under pressure again. He's going to be dropped right around the 5-yard line. Pursuit that's been there all night for the Red Terrors.
Somebody came in on a big-time blitz and was unaccounted for.
He just ripped right down Main Street, James. Able to bring down Orndorff on the sack. Marlon Taylor, I believe, the junior on the far side there, once again cashing that one in. And if the Trojans are going to get anything going on offense, James, they're going to have to stop this brutal pass rush that's coming from the Red Terrors right now. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 14 from the 6-yard line. Orndorff is going to bark out the plays to the center. He's going to back up back to the shotgun. He's going to look for the quick hitter pump fake, and then he's going to go over the middle. It's intercepted in the middle of the field. Surging back to the far sideline. Big return there, swung down inside the 10-yard line. But not before the damage is done, and the Terrors with another takeaway. Wow, under pressure, throws it right over the middle.
Throws it right over the middle, and the Glynn Academy defender was waiting for the ball.
All over it.
Now, if you're Lee County, you cannot allow any more points.
Especially not a touchdown, of course.
Especially not a touchdown.
18-point margin here early. The Red Terror defense, just as it did last week, showing up big time, helping them dominate the ball game here in the first half. 24-6 is your current score line. It's going to be Cruz joining Jernigan in the backfield, left outside of the line, brought down right around the 5 or so. It's going to set up a 2nd down from the 5-yard line. So we've seen Cruz early and often, James. Already has 2 of their 3 touchdowns so far. Help stretch this 24-6 score line. Crowded backfield with Cruz. A lot of blockers in the H-back position. It's going to be Delaney, the tight end, over on the right side of the bunch formation. Give up the middle, surging towards the goal line. He's going to be marked short Once again, Cruz on the rush. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 from the 2-yard line. Huge play for both teams. More importantly, Lee County trying to stay in this one. Cruz, right side, touchdown, his 3rd of the game, 30-6 in favor of the Red Terrors. And pending an extra point by Podlesny, this would tie their score line that they scored all last week versus Harrison. They were able to win that one 31-7. Podlesny's extra point is up, and it is good. 31-6. Glynn Academy. We'll step out for a quick commercial break. Bring you back for some more second quarter action. To 6, your new score line here from Leesburg, Trojan Field, and it's all Red Terrors. 4 touchdowns, 3 of them on the ground, all 3 by Kane Cruz. The senior having a field day here on unfriendly territory. Kickoff by Podlesny. He's going to get into the end zone, so once again going to be a touchback. Trojans going to take over on 1st down. So it's interesting to see how these teams would match up, James, because it almost seems strength against strength coming in. They do have common opponents, and they split the meetings between the two, both teams playing Valdosta and Richmond Hill. Of course, Lee County dropped the Valdosta game, was able to beat Richmond Hill, and the adverse is true for Glynn Academy. So we'll see what the Trojans have. 70 seconds before halftime, trying to get an answer down big early. Orndorff shotgun pressure once again. It's been a problem all half. He breaks containment off the bootleg to the right. Ball thrown near sideline. Referee late to make the ruling is going to give him the catch, and how about that effort? Little toe tap here on the nearest sideline. Chauncey Magwood on the reception. That's huge for Lee County. James, it only took about 11 seconds, and they ate up a whole bunch of yards. Pickup of 27 by the freshman.
Huge play.
Good looking delivery. Once again, Orndorff able to break out of the pressure and throw a strike. He's been running for his life all evening. Warren's going to come into the backfield. 4 wide receivers set. Ball right hash mark. Receivers 2 apiece. 3 free ones. Warren's going to get out on the screen. He's coming near sideline. He's got a blocker. And he's going to juke back inside the 20. 1-2 man to beat. Jukes back inside to around the 12. Clock is ticking. It will stop. And will they give him the turnover? Or will they call him down? Tackle made right inside the 10-yard line.
Oh, they're going to call him down.
So Warren, after the huge gain, will be marked down. Glynn Academy trying to lobby, saying that they recovered the fumble. Byron Bacon saying that he landed on it. But the Trojan offense is going to stay on the field. As you said, James, they're going to mark him down by contact. So they'll reset the stick. So ball is placed on the 12-yard line. The clock once again rolling. Of course, Trojans, no timeouts. Burned them all early. Orndorff over the middle. Touchdown, Trojans. For the second consecutive week, Josh Asbury gets one right before halftime. It's going to get the Trojans a touchdown that they desperately needed. 31-12. So interesting to see James. Of course, they went for 2 on the failed Cruz conversion. So do you go for it again, try to get back to 14?
Looks like they're going for 2, but I would go for 1 here.
They've got a very reliable kicker in Austin Beaver. Of course, had 6 kick attempts last week, 4 extra points, 2 field goals, was perfect on the evening. But for the time being, Orndorff, Kimbrough, and the offense for Lee County on the field for the conversion. They're going to shift the ball over to the left hash mark. Of course, ball is marked at the 2 for the 2-point conversion. So Orndorff is going to be in shotgun. Kimbrough is going to be in the backfield to his right.
Timeout Glynn Academy.
So it'll be Glynn Academy's final timeout of the half here with 37 seconds to go. So we will take a quick commercial break, bring you back.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Just before halftime here from Leesburg, Trojans able to cash in a big-time needed touchdown from the 12-yard line, a strike from Orndorff to Asbury. It's going to cut the lead for the time being 31-12. Before the timeout by the visitors, Lee County was showing that they were going to go for the 2-point conversion out on the left hash mark. This time, as they resume play, the ball is going to be placed on the right hash mark. Once again, going for it on 4th down. They do have a running back change. They're going to bring in the power back, Corey Waters. He was in for Warren, who appeared the last time. Going to get the motion of the wide receiver right to left. Orndorff, isolation, fade route. Foot is down. Did he catch it? Conversion is good. And it's Asbury, the man who just caught the touchdown, able to cash in the 2-point conversion. So Josh Asbury putting an exclamation mark on toward the end of the first half for the Trojans. So it's going to get it back to a 17-point margin. We're going to keep it right here from Leesburg back to a 17-point ball game. So it's going to be 3 possessions still in favor of the visitors. James, I think item number 1 on the list is you got to stop this run game.
Absolutely.
It is a very diverse attack. They run a lot of sets on this option-based offense. Of course, the Grant brothers, Cruz, and, of course, the quarterback coming in as well, Randon Jernigan, the senior. And they've been all over the place, James, especially on that left side. Cruz, of course, 3 rushing touchdowns. And that rushing attack set up a nasty-looking play-action pass to get him in for a passing touchdown. Their 3rd one was to Andrew Delaney, the senior tight end. Of course, 1 rushing touchdown, a short conversion by Cruz. And, of course, you just saw the touchdown and 2-point conversion by Asbury. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff here on the Trojans, I believe. They usher it over to the referee. He's going to say offsides on the kicking team. Lined up or jumped early. So they're going to reboot this one after marking off the 5-yard penalty. So it's going to be from the 35. They will launch the kickoff there on the far side hash mark. Austin Beaver going to get things rocking and rolling. So, James, do you think they break out the squib again now that they've seen it? Or do you think they change it up?
Probably do that squib again.
Of course, 65 yards for Beaver on the kickoff. He usually pins him right around the 5 or inside or so. So it'd be a big ask to get him to do the touchback. He'll stall, and he'll kind of pooch it up to the up man, and he's going to fair catch it around the 29, 30-yard line. And that's where the Red Terrors will take over on offense, James, still with 37.4 seconds to go before halftime. Senior Randon Jernigan going to lead out this rushing attack. So, James, you think they take a shot at some more points? This is a primary run team. We've seen them pass the ball 3 times this half. Had some receivers going open down the field. But with this momentum in a 17-point lead, you try to tack that on or risk a turnover, because that's exactly what happened at the beginning of the last half for Lee County last week. A huge interception return, able to get them a touchdown before halftime, cash that in. That really propelled them into the second half.
So it looks like they are intent on going to the locker room.
So they set up with a little victory formation. Randon Jernigan going to kneel this one. Of course, with 37 seconds left, looks like they're going to let him run on the play clock. So they do not have to snap it again, and so they will not. So that's going to take us into halftime. Trojans steal one before the end of the second quarter. They're going to bring it back to a 17-point margin. But the score remains Glynn Academy 31, Lee County 14. Going to jump out for a quick commercial break. Bring you back, try to get you some scores and analysis here at halftime. Here are the 6A semifinal from Leesburg, Georgia.
Alexa Ephraimson of Camas High School wins the 1,600 meters at 4:33.31. That's a national high school record if it's official.
Shot, score! And Lincoln wins the state championship with 7.9 left on the clock.
A chance! Look at that!
Unreal goal by Lagos Kunga. Here's Meters. Can she loft it into the goal? Is it going to go over the top? It's going to go in! St. Joe's is your state champion! Meters gets the goal in overtime!
And to shoot. Baker on the post! Loyola claims their first ever state championship! 11-10 in overtime!
Hard hit ball to left field, and it is down the line, out of the park, a winning home run. Zach Willem has just led the Dragons to the 2014 1A, 2A baseball state championship.
Hi Crusader fans, welcome to Jesuit High School. I'm Thomas Vickers alongside Taylor Sutton, and we're here to bring you the game between the Southridge Skyhawks and the home team, Jesuit Crusaders.
Back here from Dixon, Illinois, 39-21, and the third quarter wasn't what the Leafs wanted, Jake.
No, it wasn't a good third quarter. The offensive intensity wasn't there. They really got
15 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yes, and the score is still 1-0. Looks like Bradley will go undefeated this entire season, but who knows? We still have 15.
There's a helicopter giving us a shot there. As it is flying high and into the lights, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you have a great evening. Thanks for watching football with us. You have a great Thursday night.
Here goes Bryant O'Georgia with his attempt at 7 feet 2 inches, and he nicely clears that bar. Look at the reaction there. He is fired up.
And Hall's going to cruise.
3.09. She gets it done and sets a state meet record.
This one skips across the box. Who's on the end of it? A shot and a goal. This one's over, folks. The Visitation has just won their 5th state championship, and I believe it was Price on the end of that one.
There's a pitch to deep to left. That might go. And he's got home run. Sykton has won it with a walk-off home run by Rachel Doobie.
It's unreal. I'm almost speechless. It's the best feeling in the world, without a doubt. It's the best feeling. High school sports means everything to me. I mean, it's my life pretty much. You know?
My grandma and grandpa are down in Florida. They have been watching it on the IHSA website, so they've been seeing every minute. You can't see them watching the game, but you know they're there. They know they're watching you and supporting you, so it's a great feeling.
Here's the throw. Lamont will win the state championship.
I definitely would recommend the network. It brings people together from all over the United States. And my mom was sending me messages. She's 74 years old, and she is, she's a computer guru because of this. And she's the baseball nana, she says. So it's awesome.
Here comes Johnson home. Here comes the throw. CAK wins the state championship.
It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
My dad travels a lot, so he likes to watch the events. Like if I'm playing a volleyball game and he can't make it, he'll watch it and he loves it.
I think it was homecoming. It was Friday night, and it was a punt return. And I returned it all the way back for a touchdown. And then, of course, I showed all my family members, and they really liked it. They liked to see what their family members can do.
Golden Lions.
I think this broadcast is essential because our team is global, and we got people all over the world going to watch the game. So without this, there's no way they can do that.
These kids and these players feel loved, they feel important, and by broadcasting it, you have a bigger group that you're reaching that allows them to know those kids.
A lot of the players will come up to you in the halls before the game, like, hey man, you broadcasting our game this week? Like, can I get an interview? Can we do something before the game? Like, they get really excited about being on the broadcast, and they look forward to telling their parents and their grandparents and their friends who can't be there to come watch the games online.
They're acquiring real-world skills that they can use in the future, and they're doing it in a real-world environment where they're creating things live.
I mean, we've got events here Monday through Friday, whether it's volleyball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's basketball. It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
The accessibility to friends and family and fans nationwide, we get feedback all the time in terms of people seeing us online and people that were unable to get there.
It's Wardell for the win! Skyview State champs! Look at that smile.
Brennan, save made by Kavish and the Muskego Warriors, the 2013 WIAA Division I Boys Soccer State Champions.
Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichholz on his own, shoots and scores, bounces a shot home. Dogpile on the field. A fantastic finish to this game.
High school lives here.
High school lives here.
I'm not just local.
I'm not just local, I'm global.
Catch me on the network.
High school sports, when you want and where you want.
We are high school! Woo!
Back here from Leesburg, Georgia, currently at halftime. Glynn Academy up 31-14 on the road here in the semifinal in 6A. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward here, the halftime report. Here as we have the band giving us a nice show here this evening, James. And so we're going to run down some scores. We'll start here in 7A. We'll just go top to bottom, hit the scores of all the semifinals. So it's going to be Brookwood hosting Colquitt, 14-10 Brookwood. North Gwinnett and McEachern is tied at 7 apiece in halftime. Over here in 6A, of course, here Lee County is trailing Glynn Academy 31-14. And Tucker is down 7-3. Coffee leading that one. That could potentially be a rematch. If
all region rematch.
Yes, if Coffee and Lee County were to advance. And then we'll bounce down to 5A, James. Rome and Buford, 17-7 in favor of the Rome. Halftime, and then Warner Robins and Carver. It's 14-7 advantage for Warner Robins. So James, if you want to get us going there, starting in the 4A.
Marist and St. Pius. It is 14-7. No, 17-7. Marist at the half. Mary Persons and Blessed Trinity. That was going to be a good one. tonight. It's 14-7, Blessed Trinity leading here in the third quarter. In 3A, GACS versus Peach County. Peach is leading. Looks like 12-7. Cedar Grove is trailing Calhoun 7-0. Saw them last year in the semifinal against Chris County here, and they were impressive. In 2A, Brooks County, who is based in Equipment, Georgia, had to make a long trip, and I mean long, because they have to go up to the northeast corner of the state, to Rabun County today, and Rabun's leading 7-3. And the other one, Heard County, Hatefield's shorter. Here it's tied 14-14 at the half. Public 1A, Clinch County, Mount Zion. Clinch is leading at the half, 16-14. Irwin County, ECI, another one of the games on the NFASS network. Sees 22-14 ECI, it's at the half. And in private 1A, it's ECLA, Prince Avenue. And it's 41-0, Eagles Landing. And Athens Academy and Mount Pero, 7-0 Mount Pero. And there's our scores.
Already hit all 16 of them, I believe, James, there in the semifinals all around the state of Georgia. So once again here from Lee County, 31-14, as you can see on your scoreboard. We're going to jump out, run a couple more commercials, and we're going to come on back for some more halftime report action here from Lee County.
Alexa Ephraimson of Camas High School wins the 1,600 meters at 4:33.31. That's a national high school record if it's official.
Shot, score! And Lincoln wins the state championship with 7.9 left on the clock.
A chance! Look at that! Unreal goal by Lagos Kunga. Here's Meters. Can she loft it into the goal? Is it going to go over the top? It's going to go in! St. Joe's is your state champion! Meters gets the goal in overtime!
And to shoot. Baker on the post! Loyola claims their first ever state championship! 11-10 in overtime!
Hard hit ball to left field, and it is down the line, out of the park, a winning home run. Zach Willem has just led the Dragons to the 2014 1A, 2A baseball state championship.
Hi Crusader fans, welcome to Jesuit High School. I'm Thomas Vickers alongside Taylor Sutton, and we're here to bring you the game between the Southridge Skyhawks and the home team, Jesuit Crusaders.
Back here from Dixon, Illinois, 39-21, and the third quarter wasn't what the Leafs wanted, Jake.
No, it wasn't a good third quarter. The offensive intensity wasn't there. They really got
15 minutes and 20 seconds left. Yes, and the score is still 1-0. Looks like Bradley will go undefeated this entire season, but who knows? We still have 15.
There's a helicopter giving us a shot there. As it is flying high and into the lights, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you have a great evening. Thanks for watching football with us. You have a great Thursday night.
Here goes Bryant O'Georgia with his attempt at 7 feet 2 inches, and he nicely clears that bar. Look at the reaction there. He is fired up.
And Hall's going to cruise.
3.09. She gets it done and sets a state meet record. This one skips across the box. Who's on the end of it? A shot and a goal. This one's over, folks. The Visitation has just won their 5th state championship, and I believe it was Price on the end of that one.
There's a mission deep to left. That might go. And he's got home run. Sciton has won it with a walk-off home run by Rachel Doobie.
It's unreal. I'm almost speechless. It's the best feeling in the world, without a doubt. It's the best feeling. High school sports means everything to me. I mean, it's my life pretty much.
My grandma and grandpa are down in Florida. They've been watching it on the IHSA website, so they've been seeing every minute. You can't see them watching the game, but you know they're there. They know they're watching you and supporting you, so it's a great feeling.
Here's the throw. Lamont will win the state championship.
I definitely would recommend the network. It brings people together from all over the United States. And my mom was sending me messages. She's 74 years old, and she is, she's a computer guru because of this. And she's the baseball nana, she says. So it's awesome.
Here comes Johnson home. Here comes the throw. CAK wins the state championship.
Halftime here still in Trojan territory. Lee County hosting Glynn Academy and trailing currently by 17 here halftime in Leesburg, Georgia. So if you're just joining us, we'll give you a quick recap of the action. It's been mostly Terrors so far here in the first half. All over Lee County early and often. We had a field goal by Podlesny to put the Terrors up 3-0. Back-to-back Cruz touchdowns. Cairo Cruz for the Glynn Academy would make it 17. And then it would be a Nico Cruz touchdown, made it 17-6. A touchdown reception by the big tight end, Andrew Delaney, made it 24-6. Another Kane Cruz touchdown, his third of the half for Glynn Academy, made it 31-6. And just before halftime, surging up the field, Josh Asbury able to get a touchdown with right around 37 seconds left, James. And, of course, they tacked on the two-point conversion after failing the first two-point conversion on their initial touchdown to bring it back to an even 17. So you see kind of a normal score there, 31-14. But, James, they're still down by 17, and the visitors, they came in here, cloud of red smoke, as the Red Terrors do, with the air raid signs rolling, and they've just been putting it on, and the run game has just looked great. Take us through the first half for a little bit.
Okay, for Glynn Academy here, they've been relentless on the ground here with their multiple faceted attack here. But their quarterback surprised us here with some big throws.
Yeah.
Here, you mentioned they don't throw the ball many times, but like 4 times in their last game here. But they threw 3 times in the first half here and got made major damage to Lee County here with a big completion and a touchdown.
Yeah, got him on the touchdown fake. I think fooled pretty much everybody in the stadium. Of course, you reference Andrew Delaney, the senior tight end for the Red Terrors, cashing that one in, James. But this is a big meeting, and you see Glynn Academy, it's, the old adage is when you're in a big ball game, it's easier said than done to calm the nerves and act like you've been there before. Glynn Academy, a team that was in this spot just 2 years ago, of course, ended up making a finals appearance and losing in that matchup. But this is a team that's been to 4 straight quarterfinal appearances under.
4 straight quarterfinals or later.
Yes, at least a quarterfinals appearance in 4 straight under Coach Rock, as they call him. Rocky Hidalgo, the head coach, here in his 4th season, and he is leading the winningest all-time senior class so far for Glynn Academy. So some success here in his tenure, and they are looking like the experienced team running all over the place.
They look like they've been here. Been here, done that. But we still got a second half.
Absolutely. This game is by no means over. Of course, James, we saw 2 weeks ago a heroic comeback down in the Valdosta area. Of course, Lowndes and McEachern, a thriller down the stretches. We thought that game was wrapped up at halftime, and then the Indians came surging back. An awesome game there down at the Concrete Palace. But that was a beautiful one. And, of course, as you said, Glynn Academy acting like they've been there before, James. This is the first appearance by the Lee County Trojans in the semifinals, of course, making their first quarterfinal appearance last week. And they're hanging around. They're hanging tough. They got a big touchdown. That was huge right before.
That was a huge touchdown here right before the half. Now the defense has got to step up here in the third quarter coming up here to get back in this ball game. Here, but there's still ample time to make a game out of this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's still 24 minutes of game time ready to roll, James. But the key, they can score all they want, but if they can't stop this rushing attack, then they're not going to be able to go anywhere. We saw them pull up a couple times, but it starts on first down. Because when the Terrors are able to rip 6 or 7, this rushing attack is just going to get there. They're going to be able to convert, 3 yards in 3 downs.
It's called staying ahead of the sticks. Here, if they get like 6, 7 yards on that first down here, the playbook's wide open.
Absolutely. We've seen that. We've seen the trick plays, and we saw the big-time pass, just kind of unorthodox and, taking shots and taking chances for Glynn Academy, and they've cashed in on all those opportunities, but it's all set up by, like you said, James, staying in front of the sticks and just the dominance and imposing their will, just like they did last week, and really what they've been rolling through the playoffs with all season long. And the quarterback, Randon Jernigan, he's a UGA commit, but not for what you think, James. He's a rock star baseball player, so he's actually going up to the Bulldogs, and he's going to play baseball up there. But he is leading this squad, and the defense is all over the place. Hunter Hall, the senior linebacker, Marlon Taylor, has been an absolute agent of chaos on the defensive line. Number 92 for the Red Terrors here. He's been blowing everything up. And Orndorff, he can't get time, James. He's been on his run all first half.
No, Orndorff can't get time to throw, but he's got to have to here in the second half.
Yeah, we saw him last week, James. He threw for, I believe it was 230 and a couple touchdown tosses last week. But he's just unable to get his feet set. But we saw when he does have time, as we saw after the big rush and on the touchdown conversion, very capable quarterback. That's never been something in question.
And he also is going to need Cruz to help out big time here in the second half.
Absolutely. Big Nico Cruz hasn't gotten a lot of looks, James. We've seen a lot of Warren and a lot of Kimbrough. I don't know if that's because of the passing attacks that they're trying to get out of the backfield, but we haven't seen the short yardage back, except he cashed in their first touchdown. And a couple other short yardage scenarios, as I love when he runs out of the Wildcat. Awesome formation, love it. But, yeah, we'll see what we have going in store for the remainder of the second half. We've still got about 2 minutes before halftime, so we're going to bounce out for a quick commercial break, come back, try to reset a couple scores, and then we're going to blast in right there for the third quarter of action.
It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
My dad travels a lot, so he likes to watch the events. Like if I'm playing a volleyball game and he can't make it, he'll watch it and he loves it.
I think it was homecoming. It was Friday night, and it was a punt return. And I returned it all the way back for a touchdown. And then, of course, I showed all my family members, and they really liked it. They liked to see what their family members can do.
Golden Lions.
I think this broadcast is essential because our team is global, and we got people all over the world watch the game. So without this, there's no way they can do that.
These kids and these players feel loved. They feel important. And by broadcasting it, you have a bigger group that you're reaching that allows them to know those kids.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
The teams are back out from halftime, and the Lee County Trojans look fired up in this hometown crowd here in Leesburg, Georgia. trying to get them rocking and rolling. They face a deficit, as you can see on the screen, by 17 points. The visitors from Brunswick, Glynn Academy, the Red Terrors, have come in here and steamrolled James. They should have heeded the warning of the air raid sirens, as the Red Terrors are all over the place. A dominant first half effort, except for the touchdown drive at the end of the half. They still have a 17-point advantage, and it looks like the Red Terrors will be kicking back to Lee County. So Lee County, they were down, James, 24. They got a quick touchdown. They get the ball back. They could cut this to a 10-point margin, get it back to 2 possessions, and that would be huge. As we get ready to start the third quarter of action, 17-point margin. Podlesny going to give it a ride for the Red Terrors. Barked at the 40-yard line. 3-man return tandem. Trying to catch any glimpse of it. It's going to be skipping into the back of the end zone for a touchback. The returners seem to be on a different page there, James, as they had 3 return men back there trying to avoid the touchback as Ty Terrell watches it bounce in the end zone. So Trojans will take it out at the 20-yard line, see what their senior quarterback can get rolling here in quarter number 3.
Points will be important here.
Got to get something. If nothing else, cut into this deficit. At the same time, they got to give this defense a break. They're going to need to protect Orndorff, their senior quarterback. It's going to be Warren in at tailback. Red Terror, see if they can get the kind of pressure they got in the opening half. Orndorff all day. He's going to throw, coming near sideline. Ball caught at the 35. Ball's on the ground. And it looks like it skips out of bounds, but they're going to rule it an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. But there you go. That's what happens, James, when you give the senior quarterback a little time. He's able to deliver a nice-looking strike coming over here. Of course, the ball will fall incomplete, but good throw by the quarterback. So it's going to be Waters and Kimbrough in the backfield. So 2 back set. They're both to Orndorff's left. Clapping for the snap. They're going to stay in and both protect. Orndorff's going downtown, far sideline, has his man and overthrows him. Once again, had a step on the defender. Couldn't put it in the old bread basket, though, James. It's once again Ty Terrell. And he was breaking free of the defensive back, Marvin Dallas.
Changing things up here and start the third quarter.
There you go. Hey, I like the double back protect, James. So they've recognized that the pass protection is a problem. So they're keeping 2 backs in there to block. So it's giving Orndorff time for these routes to develop. And we've seen the receivers break open on both occasions. But 2 incompletes is going to make it a 3rd down and 10 to go. So even if things look good, James, you've got to execute. Orndorff's going to clap. He'll get the snap going. Pressure. He escapes it. He's going to load up. He gets the man to bite on the play fake, and he's going to slide over for the 1st down. A hit by the defender late, but not before he picks up the 1st down. It's going to be the defensive back, Dallas, laying the lumber. But Orndorff, using his legs, pick up a new set of downs for the Trojans to at least keep this drive alive here in quarter number 3.
Big play by Orndorff.
Absolutely, he had all day. But how about that pump fake, James? He froze the linebacker, which allowed him to hit the edge. And then he was able to get down and slide. In there for the 1st down. Ball at the 32-yard line. Give tailback Surgeon right down Main Street. He's going to break free. 50, 40, 30. 1 man. He's going to try to strip sack. He'll rip him down by his helmet at about the 5-yard line. But how about that run? Out of the backfield, eating good in the neighborhood.
That was huge.
Monster rush. It's going to put the ball at the 6-yard line. Kimbrough on the carry. 1st and goal from the 6.
Once it got past the line of scrimmage, it was a foot race.
The junior tailback with a huge conversion there. Rush of about 60. Orndorff's going to go shotgun. They're going to bring Warren into the backfield. Motioning out is Waters. Give. Warren. Going to look for the corner. Diving towards the end zone. It's a Trojan touchdown. And that's how you draw it up, James. A 6-yard strike. Artavius Warren, the 5'8" junior tailback, cashes that one in. And that's going to be a 6-point deposit. It's going to cut this to a 11-point game. See if Beaver can convert on the kick. It's Orndorff on the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good, so we're back to 10. So the plot thickens here in the 6A semifinal. 31-21.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Leesburg, Georgia just got a little louder, and the atmosphere is a little more rowdy after a huge 62-yard rush by Sean Kimbrough. And the following touchdown, a 6-yard conversion from Artavius Warren. And it's back to a 10-point game, and you can hear the crowd getting fired up. The kicker, Austin Beaver. They say leave it to Beaver. He was able to convert on the extra point. He's going to cut this one to a 10-point game. He's going to get things rolling from the 40. Two-man return tandem for the Red Terrors. It's going to be picked up at the 20-yard line at the left hash mark. Juke move towards the middle of the field. Average return will be just shy of the 30-yard line. Excellent pursuit on the tackle of the far sideline. Tackle by the Trojans made by Deshaun King. Return by Quintavious Bostic, the junior tailback. So we'll see how the Terrors counter here, James, as it's a 10-point margin. And this is the closest it's been since the first quarter when it was 17-6. Terrors with a one tailback, tight end split H-back to left. Give to the tailback, surging up the middle. It's the usual customer. Kane Cruz on the rush up the middle. He's going to get it to the 32-yard line, pickup of 3. It will be 2nd down and 7. And the one thing the Trojans need is to impose their will defensively. And the Terrors need to counter that by staying on schedule and feeding the beast. Kane Cruz already 3 touchdowns. See if he can get this train rolling. Pistol formation, H-back as the tight end Delaney to the right. Motion coming out of the backfield, give as the Cruz blown up at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like he's going to lose 1 or 2 on the play there. So here you go, James, 3rd down and long for a team dependent on the run.
Big penetration by Lee County's defensive line.
And the atmosphere starts to pick up. The Trojan faithful getting rowdy here, 3rd down and long. See if we see a passing conversion from the Terrors. James, they did have 2 conversions on long 3rd downs, 3rd down and 10, 3rd down and 15. They converted on the ground last week. So they're going to go, it's a halfback pass, and it looks to be caught on the near sideline. So once again, the tricks continue from the visitors. It is a huge conversion on 3rd down. And man, nobody expected that one, James. Ball caught by Malinkin Smith on the far side, the H-back pass. Woo! Man, I swear, Coach Hidalgo is emptying out the playbook for this one. The Terrors are 1 step ahead. They're inside the 40-yard line of Lee County, trying to push this one back to a 3-possession ball game. 9-10 on the clock here in quarter number 3. Terrors up by 10, 31-21. Jernigan give to the halfback. Minimal gain, if any, on that one. Rush on the play there by Cruz. Once again, excellent penetration by this defensive line. Good push on the left side of the by Quan Kendrick, the senior defensive lineman. 2nd down and 9 from the 36. Jernigan looking over to the sideline. He's got the tight end and the H-back position. 2 tailbacks, Cruz and Nolan Grant, the younger of the 2 Grant running back brothers. So it's going to be Jernigan. Give Cruz surging up the middle off the left side of the line. He's over in great territory so far. He's inside the 25. It's going to be a new set of downs. Big.
That's been the story of the game.
There you go, gashes him right up the middle, James. Set up a 1st down and 10 from the 26. The Red Terrors trying to respond here in the second half. They've given up 15 unanswered points. Not too long ago, 31-6. Jernigan, pistol formation. Give is to the power back, Cruz. He's going to cut across the formation from right to left. He's going to be dropped right around the 25-yard line for a minimal gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 to go. So it's all rushing all the time here after that trick play from the Red Terrors. 2nd down and long. Jernigan looks over to the sideline once again, resets. Power package set. Both the Grant brothers in there. It looks like a busted play. Jernigan's going to push forward on the right side of the line. He's going to spin move over the, inside the 25-yard line. So a small pickup on the play.
3rd down coming up.
It's going to bring up a big third down for the defense. See what Lee County can do. They need to stop big time. Looks like a bit of a power package set. A little change in personnel for Lee County. For the Red Terrors. Quarterback gives to the tailback going on the right side. Looks like he's going to be stopped short of the yardage to gain.
Decision time for Glynn Academy.
You got to think that the way they've been running the ball, James, that they go ahead and go for it here, a 4th down and 1. Especially since they're so deep at the 17-yard line. You would still force Lee to go the length of the field. So they're going to keep the offense out. It's going to be Jernigan in the pistol formation. He's going to go to the right-hand side, give to the tailback, peeling to the right side. He's going to have enough for the 1st down conversion. Cruz on the rush. 1st down and 10 for the Red Terrors.
Glynn Academy just keeps attacking.
Staying on schedule, doing what they do from the 10-yard line. 1st down and 10, give is to Cruz. Kane Cruz going to be stopped for a minimal gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long. So the yardage marker is at the 11, so they have to get to the 1-yard line, James, so they can still pick up a 1st down before getting into the end zone. So we'll see if that plays any factor in the series of events upcoming. But until then, it's 2nd down and 9 from the 10-yard line. Cruz, the tailback, still. He'll get the handoff. It's going to be a keeper. Jernigan stretches out to the far side. The surge will give him the touchdown. So the quarterback keeps it. He'll get in from 10 yards out. And the Red Terrors, once again, widen the lead, 37-21. Good fake pulls it right out of his running back's stomach, James. I thought for sure that Cruz had it. Jernigan goes off the outside. Second effort would get him into the end zone. We have an injured player on the field.
And it's Lee County with the injury.
Limping off to the sideline with the help of the training staff. It's going to be Deshaun King, the junior defensive back. Walking under his own power. Good to see him doing that. Of course, we never wish ill will on any of the players out here. Good to see him come off the field successfully. So the Red Terrors will come on with their kicking unit. Trying to push this once again to a 17-point ball game. Podlesny is going to try to bury in the 20-yarder. The extra point is up and good. 38-21 after the quarterback keeper. Red Terrors up by 17. (38-21) your new score line after the 10-yard touchdown by the quarterback, Brandon Jernigan. So it's going to be Podlesny to kick it off for the Red Terrors. Back to once again, the three-man return squadron for the home county elite Trojans. Back to receive is Otis, Terrell, and Ryan Thomas. But it does not matter. Podlesny, it looks like he kicks it through the uprights, James. A monster kickoff. Will be back for a touchback. So they're going to take it from the 20-yard line.
Lee County's offense has got to go to work again.
Got to put in another drive. We've got to keep pace with this Red Terror, and the defense has got to hold them. Lead once again back up to 17. It's a three-possession game. Once again. So we'll see if Coach Fabrizio has anything up his sleeve for this drive. The region's passing leader, Orndorff, little play action. He's going to set up, looking for the deep ball. He's going to throw it. His receiver has a step, but he once again, Ty Terrell, unable to come up with that one. The ball overthrown by a couple yards, James. We've seen it 3 times now. Terrell had a step or two on his defender, and he's just unable to get the overthrown ball in his possession, but those would have been all 3 big plays, and he had it once again.
Receivers are getting open.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's running what they call the cross-country route, James, which is the deep ball that takes him from the far side of the field all the way to the near side. So he'll go out to the bench and get a quick breather. Orndorff, play action. Left side, he's going to come back near side, hits his receiver. He's going to be popped right about the 35-yard line. Good hit, but also a good catch by the H-back. Waters on the reception. Hit delivered by Patrick Fulton, the senior corner for Glynn Academy. So it's a good little pickup. New set of downs. First down and 10. 15 yards and push it out to the 35-yard line. So how about that for the speedy fullback, James?
Yeah, good call.
Good catch, good hands to corral that one. Able to get some first down. Oh, good looking diving effort. Unfortunately, it's going to be incomplete here on the near sideline. Intended receiver was the freshman, Chauncey Magwood. Great sprawling effort, but a good timing play, just underthrown by Orndorff's going to bring up a second down and 10. $17-point deficit. The senior QB trying to get it. Lee County to crawl out of this one. Rush, left side. Oh, could have broken it into the second level after a good pickup by Kimbrough on the left side. It's going to be marked short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. So a nice 7-yard pickup, James, but if he didn't catch the turf or the defender didn't clip his shoes there, that could have been a huge one. Kimbrough already with a monster 62-yarder in this game. Very capable of breaking a big rush. They'll go with it again. They like the left side of the line. He's going to get enough for a first down just shy of midfield. So the man they're focusing on right now, Sean Kimbrough, having a good little rushing spell here with just under 4 to go here in quarter number 3. Lee County still trailing by 17. Jason Orndorff, senior quarterback, looking over to the sideline to get the play call for this first down and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Lee County trying to get to their first finals appearance, the battle for the Benz in that beautiful new Georgia Stadium. Ball, impressive catch over on the far sideline and inside the 35. And it's the go-to man this evening, Josh Asbury, James, and he continues to come up with huge catches here for Lee County.
Huge catches, indeed.
Man, he ripped it away from 2 defensive backs on the far sideline. Big time pickup of around 15, and it'll keep the chains moving, more importantly for Lee County. But time is of the essence. 3:15 to go here in quarter number 3. It's going to be a bootleg right. He's going to throw against the grain. They're going to set up the running back, and is it incomplete or is it a fumble? And they're going to call it an incomplete pass as the ball tumbles to the turf. That was a close one there, James, as they get the incomplete pass there, but that would have been a tragic fumble. Glynn Academy could have scooped that one up and run it back for a touchdown, but they're going to call it incomplete, so all that is for nothing. So Orndorff's going to look to set things up. It was a good-looking play call, though, using the pressure of the Red Terriers. They're going to kind of slow up that pass rush. They'll have to think about that screenplay now. Play action, Orndorff. Pressure, escapes it. Another man coming in. Second man misses. Orndorff's going to throw it off the bootleg, and he's going to skip it out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. Couldn't find his intended receiver. The third man on the pressure almost gets there for the Red Terrors.
They got to convert this third down.
Absolutely. Big one coming for this. Lee County hopes of advancing to the finals. As we said, the man on the pressure was DeAndres Wilcox, the sophomore defensive lineman. So 3rd down and 10 from the 34. Lee County needs this one, James, and it could be 4-down territory the way this game has gone. As far as this Red Terror offense, a continual threat. Orndorff, play action. He's going to look back, sets his feet. Ball thrown. It's going to fall to the turf, incomplete. It's going to bring up a big 4th down conversion. And personally, I'm thinking 4-down territory, James. Looks like they'll keep the offense on the field. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. So that's right around 15 minutes of game time. Lee County could be at a tipping point here at home. Glynn Academy giving them a lot of trouble here in the semifinals in 6A. Cruz is the tailback. He's going to motion out towards the right. Orndorff, pressure, throws it over. Caught on the far sideline. Stretching out. I do not believe that will be enough for a 1st down.
Nope. No, they're marking him way short.
Coming back to the ball. Looks like the ball was underthrown. Asbury has to retreat, come back to the ball, and he's unable to make the quick turn as he stretches for the second effort, but they're going to say his knee is down, and so it is going to be a turnover on downs. Ball going to Glynn Academy with 2:47 here remaining in quarter number 3. And this is the exact scenario, if you're Coach Hidalgo, that you want. You want to get this power run game, very capable of just taking a 6-7 minute drive. Saw it a couple times last week versus Harrison. Rush up the left side of the line, gets to around the 30-yard line.
This is probably where you want to get about a 6-7 minute drive.
Just really bleed the clock out of this thing. Tyler Grant, the older of the 2 Grant brothers, in it, tailback on the rush. Glynn Academy trying to get back to the finals. The battle for the Benz. Made an appearance back in 2015. Still a sour taste in their mouth A couple of these seniors were on this team as sophomores. It looks like we have an illegal procedure on the offense. So the Red Terror squad will be backing this thing up. So it's going to set up a more difficult second down conversion on the way.
Not many penalties in this game.
No, I like it. Some clean living out here on the 1st of December. Referees letting them play. Couple physical ball clubs. I like it. Jernigan motions the 8-back, tight end to the right-hand side. Give power back. Peeling off. Ball's on the ground. Fumble. Lee County looks like they have it. All accounts by my eyes, James, is going to say that Lee County has it. Ooh. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. And Mark, they said he was down by contact.
Wow. And the Boo Birds come out in a flock here from the Trojan faithful.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. So they're going to mark him down by contact. It's going to be a 3rd and moderate. Need to get to the 37 for the first down. 3rd down and 4. Power package. Tailback gives it up the middle. First surge is blown up. Huge defensive stop. 3-man tackling tandem in on that one. Reese, Kendrick, Walker blowing the play up for the Lee County Trojans. Going to bring up 4th down. So it's going to bring out Podlesny, the all-region punter and kicker out of region number 2 for this Glynn Academy Ball Club. And homeboy has got a boot, James. We've seen all kickoffs go back for touchbacks. And the way Glynn Academy has been scoring, there have been a lot of kickoffs. We're under 50 seconds here. A rugby-style kick from Podlesny. It's going to be caught right around the 25-yard line. A dangerous effort on the return game there. Otis Reese, the Michigan commit, sprawling out for that one, James. And if that one comes out as a fumble, that could essentially be the dagger in the coffin, but it does not. We have an injured, Red Terror player out there on the far sideline, so we're going to jump out for a quick commercial break.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
38-21. Final moments of the 3rd quarter of action here from Leesburg, Georgia, the 6A semifinal. We have an injured Red Terror player. He'll be able to get it to his feet and walk towards the sideline with the help of his coaching staff. Through the huddle of teammates surrounding him. Limping off, it looks like he's favoring his left leg. Can't see the number here from the near sideline. Try to keep you updated on that injury as we are made aware of it. Going over to the tent over there on the far side, one of the 2 Glynn Academy tents the Red Terrors have. Broughton on the road with them in front of the Glynn Academy faithful. About 3.5 hours from Brunswick over on the coast. Orndorff, the quarterback for Lee County, is going to sling it again. Oh, and this one's dropped. He put it right on the back shoulder. And once again, Orndorff and Ty Terrell unable to hook up as the pass falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10. And those are the ones you got to have, James.
Yeah. Trailing by 17, you got to make those plays.
You need your star players to step up, make a big play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Lee County needs something. 35 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Warren, the halfback, is going to motion out. They're going to throw a little whip screen. Ooh. Magwood drops it right in front of a Glynn Academy defender, James, and that is some dangerous living right there.
Yeah, that could have been lethal. The Glynn Academy defender caught it.
A little bit of a trick play as they threw the linebacker out, and then they have the slot receiver kind of bouncing. We saw it work great last week a couple times, but James Dial, the sophomore defensive end, was all over it, and that one could have been disastrous. Luckily, Magwood drops it. 3rd down and 10. Lee County, another huge 3rd down. Relying on their senior quarterback to get them through this one once again. We have a penalty flag on the play here. Is it a delay of game? It looks like a false start on the offense. Ooh, another mental mistake here by Lee County. Once again, James, it's a game you cannot be playing.
You want to get back into this game.
And this reminds me of one of the drives they had in the second quarter, James. They got backed up, forcing an Orndorff throw. He had to make a play. They threw an interception, and that's really when the game kind of got broken open. Orndorff breaks pressure. Oh, and the second man gets him. He's going to be dropped for a huge sack right around the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up a monster 4th down. Big sack on the far side. Once again, John Henry Butler, the junior defensive lineman, corralling Orndorff to the turf, and it looks like they're going to run out the remainder of the 3rd quarter. So after the sack, it's 4th down and 20. More importantly, we will go to quarter number 4. Going to jump out for a quick commercial break. Come right back with us for the final frame of action here in the 6A semifinal.
It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
My dad travels a lot, so he likes to watch the events. Like if I'm playing a volleyball game and he can't make it, he'll watch it and he loves it.
I think it was homecoming. It was Friday night, and it was a punt return. And I returned it all the way back for a touchdown. And then, of course, I showed all my family members, and they really liked it. They liked to see what their family members can do.
Golden Lions.
I think this broadcast is essential because our team's global, and we got people all over the world going to watch the game. So without this, there's no way they can do that.
These kids and these players feel loved. They feel important. And by broadcasting it, you have a bigger group that you're reaching that allows them to know those kids.
Start of the 4th down and 20. Lee County, despite being down 17, will have to punt this one out from their own 15. Snap is bottled, but punt is off and away. Not a very big punt. It's going to roll back right around midfield. It will be down still in Lee County territory. Glynn Academy is going to take over at the 47-yard line of the Trojans. With the new set of downs, and James, I feel like the scenario is pretty much the same last time they had the ball. Of course, they were stopped and forced to punt it away. Lee County needs a stop. No question about it.
Desperately needs to stop.
Down 17, just under 12 minutes to go here. Clock being the biggest enemy. They need a big stop or some kind of turnover. They cannot allow Glynn Academy to take any more off the clock than is necessary. Jammed up in the backfield, nowhere to go. Cruz. Great initial pressure, blowing that play up by Chris Walker, the big senior defensive lineman. So it looks like he'll have a small loss on the play there, James. Going to be 2nd down and 11. Pretty generous forward progress, the way that forward progress was ruled after that play getting blown up. So it's going to back it back to the 48-yard line. It's going to be a dual halfback pistol look with the tight end acting as the H-back left. Jernigan, option left. Pitch to the tailback. He's going to get the corner. 40. Oh, looks like a rough tackle. Maybe tacking a penalty onto this one. James, we get some extracurriculars over there on the Red Terra sideline. But that was a violent bring down over there on the far side. From the initial ruling, it does not look like there is a penalty, though.
No penalty. No penalty on that one.
The running back, Malinkin Smith, the junior, is still over on the sidelines. So they've got a fullback power set. They're going to bring in the tackle, Jalen Thomas, to act as the fullback. But it looks like we have a stoppage of play here. Flag on the field, could be a false start on the offense, and is. So it's going to be a 1st and 15 from the 40-yard line. So a good bailout for Lee County. Of course, already about a minute taken off the clock of this drive so far, and it's still 1st down.
1st and 15 here.
Lee County seeing if they can come up with another big stop, potentially force a passing scenario. Jernigan gave to the fullback, surging up the left side, back to around the original line of scrimmage. Pickup of 5 or 6 on the play.
Looks like they're going to give him 6.
Rush by the fullback, Hunter Hall. Of course, the starring middle linebacker for this Red Terror squad. He's got the old neck roll, James. A little bit of throwback, not something you see every day. 10.5 minutes to go now for the Red Terrors. And Lee County, the visitors, up by 17. Going off the left side of the line, minimal pickup there. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 9 from about the 34. Oh, they're going to give him a better gain than that. It's going to set him up right around the 32-33.
3rd down coming up in 7.
3rd down and long here. All right, James, do you risk it if you're the Terrors and try to pick this up through the air? Or you just keep it on the ground regardless?
Keep it on the ground.
If nothing else, it'll run some clock out. Jernigan. Pistol look, double H-back set. Motion into the backfield. It's going to be a give straight up the middle. It's going to be short of the 1st down, so it's going to bring up a 4th down. Kane Cruz on the rush. Oh, and it looks like Coach Rock is going to go for it, James.
Gray area on the field.
4th down and 4. Lee County needs it. Glynn Academy trying to put it away. Oh, and they get him with the hard count. Is it a false start or is it an offside?
Offside.
Oh, and they get him to jump, so they get the 1st down the easy way. Wow, that's going to be huge. But how about your senior quarterback, Randon Jernigan, with the old hard count, James, to get you the easy one?
Yes.
So the clock once again running under 9 minutes to go here. New set of downs. Give tailback up the middle. The ball's under the fumble. And Lee County's surging up the right side if the call stands. Scooped up inside the 40. Oh, that will be huge, and they're going to say the fumble stands. A big pickup and return. Kermit Solomon, the senior defensive back. Oh, man.
I don't know what happened here, but the ball, I don't know where that ball came from along the ground.
Yeah, all I can tell you is the ball was on the ground. Solomon picked it up, and now Lee County's got the football. So a monster return. Oh, man, just what they needed, James. Perhaps
They got to get a touchdown here.
they got to get a quick hitter. Something big. Of course, it wouldn't be a disaster if they had to settle for a field goal since it is 17. That way they could at least get something on the board, stop running the clock at the onside kick. Still 17-point margin, under 9 minutes to go here. A huge turn of events in the fumble keeps their prayers alive. Orndorff going downtown, has a man. Over the middle. Touchdown, Lee County. Oh, another twist in the plot. Ty Terrell, the bomb, 37-yarder. And we've got a ball game once again in Lee County, 8.5 to go. Ty Terrell's first touchdown, and finally, James, Terrell and Orndorff able to hook up on a long pass play.
Yes.
Beaver on for the extra point. Extra point up. Extra point is good, 38-28. This one's back to 10 from Leesburg. Catch us on the other side of the commercial.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
You start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
28-38, your new score line after a Red Terror fumble. Huge return on the play by Kermit Solomon and a 37-yard touchdown by Ty Terrell from Jason Orndorff. The score line is back to 10. So still 8.5 minutes left in this ball game. It is anything but over.
Glynn Academy is expecting something like a pooch kick or an onside.
They got an unorthodox. They only have one man deep to return. And I believe it's Cruz. Cruz is sitting about the 20-yard line. Beaver ready to roll this kickoff. So they will go distance. So it is blasted away. Excuse me, not Beaver. It's Weekly on the kickoff. This one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. So no time comes off the clock. Perhaps the most important aspect of that for Lee County. So 8:36. We're in the final frame of action. And we've got a thriller. This one looks like it was almost over, James, as Glynn County was able to pick up a first down. But a miraculous turnover and run back has made this game once again interesting. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward, a thriller here in the 6A semifinal. Lee County, the Trojan faithful trying to rally. Glynn Academy trying to bleed this one out. 38-28, standing room only here at Trojan Field. Rush out to the left-hand side. Minimal pickup there. Jernigan, keeper off the left sideline, dropped on the left hash mark. Whole pile of Trojans in on that one.
He almost got 4 yards out of that.
Yeah, Kendrick leading the charge. Senior defensive lineman as the clock approaches 8 minutes. 2nd down and 6 from the 24. So the Red Terror offense, James, staying on schedule. Jernigan trying to do it again. Red Terror's trying to get back to the finals for the second time in 3 years, and it's a dagger up the middle. Switching hands, he's over midfield. He's coming down the near sideline. It's Cruz with the hesitation and swung down inside the 20-yard line, but a monster pickup by Kane Cruz. Definitely over 100 yards on the evening.
Lee County didn't need that play.
Woo. Cruz with another huge ripoff, and this Glynn Academy rushing attack continues to keep on rolling. Adding coal to the fire right now. 7:45 to go here in quarter number 4. 10 seconds to snap it. Clock is still stopped. 6 seconds. 3 seconds. Looks like they're going to bleed it all the way down. And I believe they call a timeout. So Glynn Academy is going to call a timeout. So we'll step out for a quick commercial break. Come back for some more fourth quarter action on the other side.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
6A semifinal here from Lee County. The Trojans trailing by a 10 spot here on their home field in their first semifinal appearance in school history. Of course, the winningest senior class performing right now, but they don't want the magic to end. I'm Andrew Dupe alongside James Ward. We've got a thriller down the stretch here, one that could have looked like a blowout in the first half, and another one we thought was all but over a couple minutes ago. A miraculous turnover by Lee County. They'll need another one here. 7:45 to go in quarter number 4. Lee County down by 10. Glynn Academy trying to close the door. Option left, Jernigan, keeper. He's going to cut back towards the right. Ball's out again! Is he down or is it out?
Lee says they have it.
Oh my gosh, it happened again. Oh no, are they going to rule him down? It looks like the side judge is going to come in. The head judge, I mean, Lee County has the ball. There's no question about that. The only question is if the knee was down or not. Oh, they're going to give it to him. Oh my goodness. There must be something about this stadium, James, because we saw it last week in the first half, struggling on offense. The defense kept coming up. 5 turnovers that they forced in that game, and they come up with another miracle fumble. My goodness. High drama here from Leesburg. 7.5 to go, and the Trojans have the ball back. And it's a reservation for 2, James, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But we're still trying to see who shows up there. The winner of the Tucker Coffee game will have a date with the winner of this game here. Play clock at 1. He doesn't get it off. Delay a game. Oh, split second delay of game. It's going to back it up. Still first down. Play clock was dwindling, James. You saw Orndorff trying to get the snap off. The ball never came.
Ball never came.
And the referees with the quick trigger flag him up as the clock strikes 0 on the play clock. Still 7.5 to go. It's first down and 15 now. Trojans backed up to their own 10-line line. Orndorff has got a man. He's going deep far sideline. Ball looks like it's caught. Oh, man, it's going to be a huge one. 29 yards on the pickup. Out to the 40-yard line. And it looked like Warren on the far sideline, and once again, life into this Trojan crowd. High drama here.
It's going to be high drama if they score.
Woo!
For the score here.
Need to put one on. Big plays are huge, but they need to cash it in. Adequately said, James. Great observation flag on the field. I can tell you it is not a delayed game, but it is a false start. So once again, the second pre-snap penalty of this drive. So it's going to be first down and 15 from the 35-yard line. Ball at the right hash mark. The Trojans are in their all-white uniforms. If you're just joining us, it was a complete blowout. Glynn Academy was up by 25 in the first half, and a couple huge turnovers down the stretch have made this a ball game. 10-point margin. Orndorff's got a man on the far side. He doesn't see him with the pressure. He's going to have to bootleg to his left. He is a right-hander throwing against his body. He goes on around midfield. And the side judge is coming over. Looks like he's going to give him the catch and will. So it will be short of the first down. So it's going to be marked at about the 49-yard line of Lee County. It's going to set up a very manageable second down and 1.
Wow, that was a lot of running.
He had a man streaking down. I didn't see which receiver it was, James, but he had a man wide open. But with the pressure, Orndorff was over on the far side of the field. He had to wheel back and find a receiver coming back to the ball. A great-looking hookup. 7:12 to go. Play clock at 10. Clock is stopped. 6 seconds to go on the play clock. Give. Tailback. He's going to blast out to the left-hand side. Power, stiff arm. It's a first down. It's going to be Sean Kimbrough continue to have a huge game for the Trojans. The junior running back having a big one. That's one that they needed, James. Of course, the clock will stop with the first down. Once again, continuing, we are now under 7 minutes to go. Waters in the backfield with Orndorff. Looking left. He has some time, throwing deep, far sideline. He's got a man, caught! And he's dropped at the 15-yard line. Josh Asbury been there all night. Clock is stopped at 6:44. Oh, man. Ow, this is crazy. Asbury with a monster catch. It's going to be a timeout, Glynn Academy. So we're going to bounce out for a quick commercial break. Come on back. We've got a great one here, quarter number 4 from Leesburg. .3 final. Coffee. Back here from Trojan Field, just getting word that the Coffee County Trojans have beaten the Tucker Tigers. They are making their first championship appearance. They will have a date with the winner of this game. Still 6:35 to go. Trojans down 10, but charging. Orndorff, senior quarterback, he's going to loft it. Back right corner of the end zone. It looks like a catch. It's a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Chaos in Leesburg. Ty Terrell, monster touchdown. Oh, just when you think they're done, James, there's something magical about elimination football. Trojans down by a monstrous 25 in the first half. They've clawed it all the way back. Beavers' extra point is good. And I didn't think I'd be saying this tonight, but it's a 3-point ball game. 6:27 to go. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Leesburg, the stage is set. We're back to a 3-point ball game. I'm Andrew Jupe alongside James Ward, and this one just got a whole lot more interesting. Glynn Academy looking to put the nails in the coffin. 2 huge fumbles put on the turf in this Lee County defense, as they have all season, keeping the Trojans' head above water, trying to make their first final appearance. Battle for the Benz, trying to get an all-Region 1 affair. Coffee County has clinched a spot in the finals. 14-3, they defeated the Tucker Tigers. Will we have an all-Trojan affair, or will the Red Terrors try to box this one up, as for the first time they're going to have to press? 6:27 to go here. Ball returned right about to the 16, 17-yard line by the Terrors. Bacon on the return. So, James, for a team that's pressing and that can run out the clock for the first time really since the first quarter.
They can't do that now.
They can't do it. They've got to have points, and Lee County is surging. You remember not too long ago, it was 38-21. 14 unanswered from Lee County. It's a 3-point ball game. Nobody is leaving early. Red Terrors with the ball. Crowd getting loud. Blitz showing they're on the road for the first time in the playoffs. And the ball is blown up. The rush goes nowhere. Loss on the play. Rush on the field by Cruz. It's going to set up second down and long. And see, James, when you're able to gain yards and you're able to impose your will, this dangerous running game and this run-based offense is almost unstoppable. But when you need points and the run game is shut down and you become one-dimensional, what can you do to try to turn the tide in your favor when your running-based rushing attack won't work?
And you got a false start.
False start offense. They're going to back that thing up. Second down, 17 to go. Shadow of their own goalpost back at the 9-yard line. I think Lee County's got to be careful, though, James, because they'll get hyped up for the run. They could get sucked into a deep pass. Isolation receivers to each side on the outside. Jernigan, option left, pitch, tailback, stretches it out. Pushed out of bounds just over the 15 or so. Rushed by Grant. It looks to be Nolan Grant, the younger of the two brothers, the sophomore. Of course, his older brother, Tyler, the senior, both of them splitting carries. But they did get him out of bounds, James. Under third down and 9. Glynn Academy, another gotta have it third down. Lee County defense, can they do it one more time? Jernigan, give, keeper, play action. He's going to be stretched out, goes to the right side. He shakes a man, cuts back inside to about the 35. It's going to be a first down for the Red Terrors. Wow, that was a huge one, James. I thought for sure he gave it up to Cruz, and he's blown up in the backfield. Jernigan, the dual threat quarterback, squirts out of there. The UGA commit for baseball. Able to use his legs, showing his athletic prowess, and we're right around 5 minutes to go. So the tone has changed a little bit. Red Terrors with some breathing room. Give, stretched out to the left-hand side. A tailback, Cruz once again on the rush. Minimal gain on the play. Ball's going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. It's going to be a second down and 8 to go. Clock continues to tick, and of course for the trailing side, the Lee County Trojans, it's going to be the enemy. We're under 4.5 in quarter number 4. 3-point ball game. 38-35. Give up the middle. Surging through, he breaks through the second wave, and he's over midfield. A huge rush by Cruz. Rips off about 15 more.
Answered the call.
There you go, senior tailback trying to put this one away. But we've seen this story before, James, the last 2 drives. Glynn Academy got to hold on to the ball. Lee County must come up with a stop. Clock running. Once again, referee plants it. Under 10 to go on the play clock. Under 4 to go on the game clock. Stretched out left. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Huge pickup to right around the 30-yard line. It's about an 18, 19-yard rush by Jernigan.
Lee County has not accounted for Jordankin here in this drive.
No, 2 huge ones. We approach 3:45 to go here in quarter number 4. Still a 3-point game. Lee County can't let up a touchdown. And the Trojans are going to call a timeout. Back here from Leesburg, and this one is getting a little wild. Thought we had this one all wrapped up and we were good to go. But the Trojans had otherwise. They've forced a couple late turnovers of the Red Terrors, and they've converted for 14 unanswered points. So the 17-point lead for the Red Terrors has all but evaporated. They need a big stand, though. First down and 10. Terrors with the ball. 3:45 to go. Ball on the Trojans' 30-yard line. Give tailback left. Small pickup on the carry. Cruz on the rush. So it's going to set up a 2nd down and 6. Same gain of 4 or so on first down. So a little personnel change for the Terrors. And watch this, James, as we have Nolan Grant, the running back, the speedy sophomore, split out to the left as a wide receiver there on the far sideline. Jernigan, pistol, Cruz behind him. And it's going to be Grant coming out. The ball is out! Trojans have it! 50, 40, 30, 20. Oh, my goodness! Unbelievable. Deshaun King, 3 consecutive drives, 3 touchdowns, and the Lee County Trojans.
I believe it could be a penalty here.
It was during the return, so it would have been after the change of possession. So for the time being, it's going to remain a 38-35 scoreline. They're going to wave off the flag. They pick it up, and the Trojans are leading for the first time this evening. What is this? This is absolutely insane. Trojans once trailed by 25, up by a field goal. So a crucial extra point for the sophomore kicker. This could make it a 4-point ball game. The senior Jace Orndorff on the hold. Austin Beaver, the sophomore, on the kick. Looking for a clean one. Beaver up. And the kick is good. So it's a 4-point margin. 42-38. Trojans.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
Back here from Leesburg. The action's not over. 2:54 left to go in this ball game. As we said before the break, Trojans once trailing by 25, now up by 4. 42-38. It's a shootout here in southern Georgia. Leesburg trying to make this an all-Region 1 final. The state champion in the Region 1, if this is an all-region affair, would be a first-time champion. Coffee has clinched over Tucker with a 14-3 victory. So they will be hosting the winner of this game. Kick is going to be on the way by Weekly. And, man, this one is absolutely nuts. That latest touchdown was a fumble recovery touchdown. Trojans 21 unanswered points in the last 5.5 minutes. Ball fielded at the 11-yard line of the far side by the Red Terrors. Juke move inside and dropped right around the 25. And so Glynn Academy hasn't been able to do anything except turn the ball over on offense, James.
No, they can't do that anymore.
Ball security is paramount. 2:48, and for the first time for the entire ball game, the first 45 minutes, Glynn Academy was content with bleeding the clock, but it is now the old enemy. Under 3 minutes to go. Terror's going to go option right. Jernigan a little loose with the ball. He's dropped right around the 25. He'll just barely get back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. They're going to have to show a little tempo. This clock continues to run. Glynn Academy does have 2 timeouts. We're under 2.5 to go. 2 tailbacks behind Jernigan. Looks like Cruz and Grant. Option right. Jernigan, keeper, spin move, twist back inside. He's over the 30.
Still 5 yards short of the first.
Clock continues to run. Under 2 minutes to go. They've got to get to about the 45-yard line.
Injury, Glynn Academy.
It's going to be a timeout here. So we're going to keep it right here, James. We're going to see if we can run some scores real quick. We told you about the final between Coffee and Tucker. Coffee will be going to their first ever championship game in the Battle for the Banks.
And it's the quarterback for Glynn Academy who's walking to the other sideline with their training staff.
Ooh, so that's not a good-looking one. So we'll catch you up to date. Buford and Rome, 5A. Rome has clinched a spot in the championship, 45-7. Brooks County has lost to Rabun County, 23-12. Warner Robins in the fourth quarter leading 28-7 over Carver. We'll get back to the action. And it looks like the backup quarterback, Sam Wagner, the junior, is in for the Red Terrors. 1:45 to go. Confusion as we're 12 to go for Glynn Academy on the play clock. Option left. Wagner not ready for it. A monster sack. Great penetration there by the Trojans. Eric Price, the junior defensive lineman, is going to get credit, but he brought along a friend, Jackson Griffin, on the tackle as well. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. Still need to get to right about the just shy of the 45-yard line, James. And they're going to need what looks like a full 10 yards to go. So while we have a stoppage of play, we're going to try to run some more scores for you. Athens has defeated Mount Perrin Christian 14-7. Mount Zion trails Clinch County 23-20 in the fourth quarter. Peach County up by 11, 27-16 over GACS. ECI has lost to Irwin County 38-35. Eagles Landing Christian destroys Prince Avenue Christian 55-0. Calhoun all final 14-6 over Cedar Grove. Hapeville Charter and Heard County knotted at 21, still in quarter number 3. 4th down. Red Terrors holding on. 4th and 9 from their own 25. Need to get to the 35, and it looks like we have a timeout. Lee County. So we'll keep it right here. We'll try to run some more scores for you. As we told you, Coffee County has defeated Tucker 14-3. Fourth quarter action, Marist up by 21 on St. Pius X Catholic. Blessed Trinity has defeated Mary Persons 28-7. And that is all the scores we have for you right now. The winner of this one trying to face Coffee in the battle for the Benz next weekend. Of course, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is going to be hosting the SEC Championship, of course, this Saturday between Auburn and Georgia. See which team will join them next weekend for a Georgia State Championship. Coffee County Trojans are going to be there. Are we going to see the Red Terrors there? Are we going to see the Trojans there for an all-Trojan Region 1 affair? 95 seconds to go. 4th down and 9. Looks like Jernigan, the starting quarterback, is back in. Pressure. Lee County all-out blitz. He throws it. He's got a man that escapes. He's out of the backfield. He's over the 50, 40, 30, 20. Ushered out of bounds. A monster pickup on a desperation play by the Red Terrors. And it's the big senior tight end, Andrew Delaney, with the huge pass play for Glynn Academy. And the senior tight end bails him out. And James, for the second time today, Lee County sold on the blitz. And it's the senior tight end escaping out of there for a huge one. He had the touchdown in the first half. And this one is a monstrous pickup. All the way from the 25-yard line. They've now gotten to the 15-yard line.
They didn't account for Delaney.
A 60-yard pickup for Delaney, the senior tight end. So Delaney is going to be split out, James. It looks like he's rolling in the slot formation on the right-hand side. Ball's at the left hash mark. The Red Terrors trying to force the issue and answer this 21 straight points for the Trojans. Pistol formation. Jernigan, option left. Keeper. And he jumps over, leaping forward inside the 10. They're going to mark him at the 6. So it should be a 2nd down and short. They, of course, needed to get to the 5, so it's going to be 2nd down and 1. 1:15 to go. To get things rocking and rolling, 2nd down and 1 from the 6. Jernigan, Cruz behind him, pistol formation. 2 tight ends right. Give Cruz stuff. Ball is out again. Lee County says they have it. And they do. Goodness gracious. 4 straight drives. 4 straight fumble recoveries. And that could be the backbreaker. Cruz on the fumble. Injury on the field here, so we'll try to run through some scores once again as we have a stoppage of play. Lee County with the ball, 72 seconds to go. Final, Rome beats Buford, 45-7. Brooks County will drop one to Rabun County, 23-12. Warner Robins leading Carver, 28-7. Athens defeats Mount Perrin Christian, 14-7. Clinch County up by 3 on Mount Zion, 23-20, quarter number 4. Also in the fourth quarter, Peach County 27-16 over GACS. Irwin County has defeated ECI 38-35. Eagles Landing 55-0 over Prince Avenue. Calhoun 14-6 final over Cedar Grove. Hapeville and Hurd knotted at 21 in quarter number 3. Victory formation for the Trojans, kneel number 1. Timeout, Glynn Academy.
Their final 1.
So they are now out of timeouts. Still 1 remaining for Lee County, though they probably won't use it, James. They say you can't take them home with you, but I think Lee County may want to take this one home with them. So as we have a stoppage of play, let's run through some more. As we said, Hapeville Charter 21, Heard County 21, still in quarter number 3. We told you Coffee County defeated Tucker 14-3. Fourth quarter, Marist, the War Eagles over the Golden Lions of St. Pius Catholic, 35-14. That's in quarter number 4. A final, Blessed Trinity Catholic 28, Mary Person 7. And that is everything up to date.
What about Colquitt County?
Colquitt County. Let me see. I think they're towards the bottom here. Colquitt County has defeated Brookwood 31-14, final. Up there, that's the big boys, right, James? It should be 7A.
Yes.
Yup. And how about this? Can't call a timeout. It's going to be third down. And they're going to have to knee it one more time. And this one is in the books. And it's the last knee. And that will do it. From the darkest of scenarios, the Trojans have found light. James Ward, they say the best things in life are free. We walked through the gate with the press pass. We paid no admission. And this is one of the greatest football games that I've ever seen.
And I thought we saw that second round, the Teaching Lounge game, and that was a crazy game in itself. But this one goes beyond that.
Anybody that is at risk of a crazy game, they should have us get out there, James. We've seen some crazy ones. I'm not saying that we created it, but we saw 2 of them, and this one was unbelievable. And it goes to Lee County's defense all season, keeping him in this thing down the stretch. 4 straight drives led to 4 turnovers, 4 fumble recoveries by the Trojans. 2 of them had big returns, were cashed in by the offense. 1 was a straight-up defensive touchdown, which gave them the lead, 42-38. Glynn Academy trying to crawl back into it after coughing up a 25-point lead, which they had in the first half. It was 31-6. It was all but over. But right before the first half, like we said, James, Lee County able to scrap a touchdown. Clawed it back with the 2-point conversion, made it 17. Got the ball back, scored, a little bit of a back and forth, and then boom, turnover. Touchdown. Ball game. 42-38. Trojans. No words. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break. We'll wrap this thing up. We'll get out of here for the battle for the Benz.
A lot of the players, they'll come up to you in the halls before the game, like, hey man, you broadcasting their game this week? Like, can I get an interview? Can we do something before the game? Like, they get really excited about being on the broadcast, and they look forward to telling their parents and their grandparents and their friends who can't be there to come watch the games online.
They're acquiring real-world skills that they can use in the future, and they're doing it in a real-world environment where they're creating things live.
I mean, we've got events here Monday through Friday, whether it's volleyball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's basketball. It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
The accessibility to friends and family and fans nationwide, we get feedback all the time in terms of people seeing us online and people that were unable to get there.
Brennan. Save made by Kavish and the Muskego Warriors, the 2013 WIAA Division I Boys Soccer State Champions.
Oh, breaks free for player. Eichholz on his own. Shoots and scores. Bounces a shot home. Dog pile on the field. A fantastic finish to this game.
High school lives here.
High school lives here.
I'm not just local.
I'm not just local. I'm global.
Catch me on the network.
High school sports, when you want and where you want.
We are high school.
Woo!
Alexa Ephraimson of Camas High School wins the 1600 meters at 4:33.31. That's a national high school record if it's official.
Shot, score! And Lincoln wins the state championship with 7.9 left on the clock.
A chance! Look at that! Unreal goal by Lagos Kunga. Here's Neters. Can she loft it into the goal? Is it going to go over the top? It's going to go in! St. Joe's is your state champion! Neters gets the goal in overtime!
And to shoot. Baker on the post! Loyola claims their first ever state championship! 11-10 in overtime!
Hard hit ball to left field, and it is down the line, out of the park, a winning home run. Zach Willem has just led the Dragons to the 2014 1A 2A baseball state championship.
Hi Crusader fans, welcome to Jesuit High School. I'm Thomas Vickers alongside Taylor Sutton, and we're here to bring you the game between the Southridge Skyhawks and the home team Jesuit
Welcome
Crusaders.
back here from Dixon, Illinois, 39-21, and the third quarter wasn't what the Leafs wanted, Jake.
No, it wasn't a good third quarter. The offensive intensity wasn't there. They really got
15 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yes, and the score is still 1-0. Looks like Bradley will go undefeated this entire season, but who knows? We still have 15
There's
minutes.
a helicopter giving us a shot there. As it is flying high and into the lights, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you have a great evening. Thanks for watching football with us. You have a great Thursday night.
Here goes Bryant O'Georgia with his attempt at 7 feet 2 inches, and he nicely clears that bar. Look at the reaction there. He is fired up.
And Hall's going to cruise.
3.09. She gets it done and sets a state meet record.
This one skips across the box. Who's on the end of it? A shot and a goal. This one's over, folks. The Visitation has just won their 5th state championship, and I believe it was Price on the end of that one.
There's a pitch to deep to left. That might go. He's got home run. Sumington has won it with a walk-off home run by Rachel Doobie.
It's unreal. I'm almost speechless. It's the best feeling in the world, without a doubt. It's the best feeling. High school sports means everything to me. I mean,